2014 models. Like Ultima with up to 39 miles per gallon highway.
The heart of your teams. The heart of Arizona. Valley Sports, the heart of the fan.
Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is presented by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Torey Lovullo tonight, a chance to become the D-backs all-time wins leader. We'll see if this version of winning time can continue against the Marlins on Valley Sports Arizona. Good evening from Chase Field. Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthiaume, Bob Brenly along the way. Diamondbacks have won 10 of their last 13 games. We've talked about and seen plenty of very good pitching. The timely hits have shown up as well. But, Bob, last night you could argue they won it with defense.
Well, last night specifically, but recently the defense has improved so much over the beginning of the season. It all started in the first inning. Big Jesus Aguilar tried to dunk one in front of Alek Thomas. He makes a great sliding catch. David Peralta banging up against that bullpen fence, made a great catch of his own right there. And then it was the Dalton Varsho show. This is the best play I've seen in baseball this year. Dalton Varsho on a wild pitch, strike three, got back there, threw the runner out, and then threw another runner out at second base later in the ball game. The game-ending double play was just a thing of beauty. Marte, Ahmed to Walker. The defense has improved so much.
So the defense has gotten better. They've gotten the pitching. They've gotten the timely hits. They're winning the close ones here. Look at these numbers, 10 of 13.
Yeah, 4 wins in 1-run games, 4 wins in 2-run games. And once again, I come back to the defense. Early in the season, the Diamondbacks found ways to lose 1-run games. Now they're finding ways to win them.
Terrific pitching matchup tonight. Couple of left-handers, some good ones, too. Jesus Luzardo goes for the Marlins, and Mad Bum is on the mound for the Diamondbacks. What's going in the Brenly breakdown today?
Strictly for Mad Bum. He is rested and ready. He only was able to pitch 1 inning down in Miami on that last road trip. Everybody's seen the video. We know what happened. You know Mad Bum's anxious to get back out there and go deep in the game.
After the hand massage and the pedicure he got from Dan Bellino last week, he's set to go for a second time now against the Marlins. Hopefully he gets to throw more than 1 inning. Star power tonight. No one shining brighter than Ketel Marte these days. Right now a 9-game hitting streak. Diamondbacks and the Marlins. More coming up.
Roberts Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Choose Chaz. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Own your moment so you do you. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers in our most exciting lineup ever. Shop nissanusa.com. Our exclusive coverage of D-backs baseball on Valley Sports continues. First pitch at Chase Field on this Tuesday night. Game 2 with the D-backs and the Marlins is just moments away. Let's get you inside the building and out to our pre- and post-game set. Hi again, everyone. I'm Todd Walsh. Thanks for joining us. You know, I can clearly recall hearing Diamondbacks manager Torey Lovullo echoing the sentiments of our own Bob Brenly over the weekend that, yeah, the swagger is starting to come back to the game of Ketel Marte. As Torey said on Saturday or Sunday, yeah, it's going in the right direction, but it's still a work in progress. You saw that big home run last night in the 6th inning, the go-ahead home run. Now look at the numbers since May 1st for the Diamondbacks' best player. Here's what Torey had to say about him last night.
I started saying it about 10 days ago. I could see the pitch selection was starting to get a little bit better, and it just takes, you know, hitters time when it's out here and it gets into this spot here, and you start to hone in on where that ball is landing and you get into good hitting position, good things are going to happen. And he's just on a really good run right now, but there's a lot of hard work that's going into everything that he's doing every single day.
He takes his 9-game hitting streak against that guy, Jesus Luzardo of the Miami Marlins. In that streak, 8 extra base hits. You are set. We believe we'll come back, and first pitch, Steve and Bob have the call. Game 2, Arizona and Miami. D-backs baseball on Valley Sports Arizona is brought to you by Arizona Public Service. APS works around the clock to deliver reliable power. Visit aps.com/brighter. And by Jack in the Box. Try Jack in the Box's popcorn chicken combos for $5.99. Get it classic, spicy, or 50-50.
88 degrees. Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthune, Bob Renly, Todd Walsh along the way. Diamondbacks playing very good baseball right now. They've won 10 of their last 13 to get to a season high. 2 games over 500. And they've got Mad Bum on the mound tonight. The left-hander started last Wednesday against the Marlins and then was asked to leave after the first inning.
Yeah, threw a one-hitter, gave up only 1 run in that game. Unfortunately, only pitched 1 inning. You see his numbers on the season. He's been fantastic with that cut fastball, the four-seamer, the occasional changeup. It's kind of a new weapon for Mad Bum this year.
The Marlins, after winning 7 straight to close out April, have spun into a May nosedive. They've dropped 8 of 9. They're 3 below 500. And Valley Chevy Dealers has the Miami lineup.
Here's the way Donnie Baseball will line them up tonight. Miguel Rojas, the shortstop, will lead it off, followed by Jesus Aguilar, the first baseman. Jorge Soler out in left field. Garrett Cooper, the designated hitter this evening. Avisail Garcia out in right field. Joey Wendell at second base. Eric Gonzalez will be at third, with Jesus Sanchez out in center and Peyton Henry doing the catching tonight.
Well, some history perhaps. Torey Lovullo got career win number 353 last night, a win tonight. And Torey will pass Kirk Gibson for the most wins in Diamondbacks history. My partner's on that list as well. Miguel Rojas, the shortstop, will lead it off. Bruce Dreckman, our plate umpire, calling balls and strikes. And here we go, Mad Bum. And the Marlins, 92 with a fastball. Is strike 1. We're underway. Rojas, the veteran shortstop, just under 190 with a home run. Got the call on the curveball, and right away it's 0-2. Rojas last night singled and walked. He's hit safely in 3 straight. And drops a base hit into left center in front of Cooper Hummel, leadoff man aboard, as we take a look around the diamond at the D-back defense.
Cooper Hummel out there in left field for David Peralta this evening. Alec Thomas in center. Jordan Luplow over in right field. Geraldo Perdomo will be the third baseman. Nick Ahmed and Ketel Marte make up the double play combo. Christian Walker over at first. Jose Herrera getting the start behind the plate tonight for lefty Madison Bumgarner.
D-back defense brought to us by E.D. Marshall Jewelers. Jesus Aguilar, 273 and 3 home runs. Aguilar singled and struck out last night, 1 for 4. And after a very slow start to the year, he has really picked up the pace lately. He's hit safely in 9 of 10.
I mentioned last night when we saw the Marlins down in Florida, Aguilar could not catch up to even a medium speed fastball up in the zone, but his timing has improved considerably. This guy is a threat to do damage every time he steps to the plate.
He says he's seeing the ball really good. That's why he thinks he's having some success right now. Here's a look at the defensive alignment against him. 1-1. Lifts it in the air to right field. Jordan Luplow is out there tonight. And that's the first out. Well, they've got some guys that can slug in this lineup, no doubt. A night off for Jazz Chisholm Jr., but of course you've got to worry about Aguilar. Here's the World Series MVP from last year, Jorge Soler.
And the guy in the on deck circle, Garrett Cooper, hit a ball to right field last night like a left-handed pull hitter.
Yeah, that was the home run that tied the ball game in the 4th inning last night. 3-3. D-backs got the win on the Marte homer in the 6th, as Ketel extends his hitting streak to 9 straight. Well, Soler will do that. A lot of swing and miss, but his best moment in last night's game came with a ball he drove into the left field corner in the 3rd, and look at the running catch into the bullpen fence by the freight train.
I'm not sure if David didn't know how close he was getting to the fence or just didn't care how close he was getting to the fence. Crashes into that padded pole out there in front of the Diamondbacks bullpen. Fantastic catch.
Mad Bum might have a little edge, David, with the night off against the left-hander Luzardo. That was 93 on that last four-seamer, and you know he's not happy about what happened last week against these guys. Not that it's the Marlins' fault, but he may take out some anger on them tonight. Soler can do that. That is hammered deep to left and gone. Jorge Soler. And the Marlins strike first. Just the 4th home run given up this year by Madison Bumgarner. Well, he hit 3 home runs in the World Series for Atlanta last October. Was named World Series MVP. He makes it 2-0 Miami.
Well, he threw it right where Jose Herrera wanted it, an elevated fastball. Maybe sometimes when we see the velocity spike up for Mad Bum, he gets a little happy in that strike zone. He's feeling that fastball. He's throwing it hard tonight, but I like him a lot better when he's commanding that pitch on the corners.
So just like last time against the Marlins, they jump out in front with a home run. Here's Garrett Cooper, who homered last night, as Bob mentioned, the DH tonight. Well, Soler, when he hits them, they generally go far and quick. Right on the edge for a strike. Cooper, 253. His home run last night, just his 2nd this year. Tied the game 3-3 in the 4th inning. Lifts one out again to Luplow. Well, that's 3 fly balls in the last 3 batters against Mad Bum. And here's another guy that got some big power, Avisail Garcia.
Right fielder, number
Garcia batting under $190 with only 1 home run. Look at that OPS, 475. That's not likely what they had in mind when they gave Garcia $53 million on a free agent deal. Marlins wanted to add some thump, and they spent some money, $53 million on Garcia. Soler didn't come cheap. He was $36 million.
And Garcia, as I mentioned in the ball game last night, he is a serious WW. He won't walk. 31 punch outs this year against only 2 base on balls.
A little low for Bruce Dreckman with a changeup. There's that changeup you mentioned a moment ago. Yeah, Garcia had a big year in Milwaukee last season. Cashed in with Miami just before the lockout. Jose Herrera back there tonight.
See, when you have a guy at the plate that is a WW like Avisail Garcia, he's supposed to swing at that pitch. The borderline just off the zone. When you have a very aggressive swinger, you anticipate him swinging at those pitches.
That one's going to go as well. Soler and Garcia.
Oh, no.
It somehow stayed in the yard. How about that one?
Oh, must have hit the top of the fence. Paul Hemmel, the crew chief, the 3rd base umpire tonight, got out there and had a pretty good look at it.
Let's see. Don Mattingly wants to have another look at it as well.
Number 18, Joey Wendell.
Screaming line drive, had just enough topspin.
Well,
I'm not sure if it hit that fan in the front row.
Mattingly is still telling them to hold on.
Oh, that's the right call. Hit the top, hit the yellow stripe, and bounce back into play.
He can, of course, request that they look at it. He doesn't have to necessarily use a challenge. The umpires want to get the call correct after all. Well, looks like the base hit will stand. It's a long single. Well, Garcia went into his home run trot, and he's just standing at first base. Joey Wendell, the 2nd baseman tonight.
Well, from the sound off the bat and the trajectory as that ball left the home plate area, it sure looked like it was going to leave the ballpark. Must have had a lot of topspin.
0-1 on Wendell. 3 defenders on the right side of the infield. And he chops it over the head of Walker. Marte's going to have to hustle. Look at this play. And Wendell runs pretty well, beats it out. Nice job by Cattell even to make a play on that one. So that's the 4th Marlins hit in the first 6 batters against Mad Bum.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about the defense over the last few days and the way the ball club has improved, and this is one guy that's really improved. Ketel Marte going to his left had been an issue in the past, but he's gotten to a lot of balls, including that game-ending double play last night. Nice play here, just too much speed from Wendell.
Yeah, Wendell's got 4 stolen bases on the year. He can run. So 2 on and 2 out, 2 runs in. Here is the season debut and the Marlins debut for the veteran infielder Eric Gonzalez. Signed by the Marlins to a minor league deal last November. Just called up from the minors over the weekend. They've had some COVID cases in their infield. And he was hitting .392 at AAA Jacksonville.
That'll get you a call up.
Right? Gonzalez spent 3 years in Cleveland, then the last 3 seasons in Pittsburgh. Marlins playing without infielders Brian Anderson and John Birdie. Garcia at second and Wendell at first.
And this is something the Diamondbacks have been able to avoid for the most part recently, is those high pitch first innings.
That was a regular occurrence last couple of years. We've talked so much over the last 2 weeks about pitch efficiency. 22 and counting for Mad Bum here. This is with a 4-seamer, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jesus Sanchez, the center fielder, would be next. Got the call that time. Strands 2, but Jorge Soler's 5th gives Miami the early lead. Diamondbacks coming up. Mad Bum for the hand inspection. Nope, I'm not going to show it to you. Having some fun with the crew chief Paul Emmel right there.
Yeah, Paul Emmel's been around for a long time. I'm sure he's worked the plate for Mad Bum many times.
Valley Chevy Dealers has the D-backs batting order.
Cooper Hummel, the left fielder, will lead it off, followed by Jordan Luplow out in right field. Ketel Marte, one of the hottest hitters in baseball, at second base. Christian Walker with a big knock early in the game last night. He'll be at first. Josh Rojas, the designated hitter this evening. Nick Ahmed will be at shortstop. Geraldo Perdomo at third base. Alec Thomas out in center field. Jose Herrera behind the plate for lefty Madison Bumgarner.
Left-hander out there for the Marlins, Jesus Luzardo, and a good one, only 24 years old. An upper 90s fastball and a big-time curve. Once again, pitching like the top prospect everyone has expected he would be.
And don't be surprised if you see a lot of those curveballs tonight. That's a pitch he relies on, along with that high-velocity heater.
Cooper Hummel in left field tonight leads it off. That was the changeup right there. Here are the numbers on Jesus Luzardo. Acquired at midseason last year from the Oakland A's. It's a fastball that hit 99 in his start at San Diego last week. There's 97 right there. At velo, after he worked out hard all winter, really spiked up this year. Don Mattingly says Luzardo has been great. Can't complain about anything. All spring he's been ahead in the counts. He's throwing strikes. He's using all his pitches. So they've been very happy with the guy that they thought might be their 5th starter. He's pitched a lot better than that.
Yeah, held the opposition to a 172 average this year. 35 punch-outs in 26 1/3 innings.
Oh, that's what Cooper Hummel does. He has a knack for drawing bases on balls, and there's a leadoff walk. As we take a look around the diamond, brought to us by E.D. Marshall Jewelers at the Marlins defensively.
Jorge Soler in left field. Jesus Sanchez out in center. Avisail Garcia will be in right field. Eric Gonzalez getting the start at third base. Miguel Rojas and Joey Wendell make up the double play combo. Big Jesus Aguilar down there at first base with Peyton Henry doing the catching tonight for the lefty Jesus Luzardo.
Well, this is the reason they got Jordan Luplow in the offseason. 222, couple of home runs, a right-hand hitting outfield bat to put in there against a left-hander. Well, Luzardo really having trouble finding the zone. He's thrown 6 pitches, only 1 strike so far. .96 is the strike. Luzardo, as Webby mentioned in the pregame show, has really fallen in love with that breaking ball. He's throwing it far more than ever before. It's kind of a slurvy curveball. He's featured that curve more than any other pitch. This is hammered high in the air, deep to left field. Say goodbye. Jordan Luplow ties it up. Well, here we go again, back and forth between these two, just like last night.
They want to slug, we'll slug. Wow, that ball was toasted to left field. You mentioned it. That's why Jordan Luplow is here. Had a right-handed bat to a left-handed heavy roster. 96 right down the middle of the plate, and he deposits it in those left field bleachers.
3rd of the year for Jordan. That sounded good.
It really did.
Just the 4th home run given up all season by Jesus Luzardo, and here's the red-hot Ketel Marte. That's a jumbo jack. Free jumbo jack tomorrow with Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink. Marte doing a lot of damage. Right now riding a 9-game hitting streak as Peyton Henry, the backup catcher who gets the start tonight, is out there to figure out what's going on. And you know who'd like some answers? Mel Stottlemyre Jr., Marlins pitching coach.
Mel Stottlemyre Jr., the brother of former Diamondbacks pitcher Todd Stottlemyre. He was a guy that never really got the recognition he deserved back in '01 either. He had some injury issues. He spent a lot of time on the injured list, but he was a force in the clubhouse. He was the sheriff of the clubhouse.
Gotta have one.
Oh yeah.
Well, Mel was here. Used to be on the Diamondbacks coaching staff as well. Still doing those big salmon fishing trips out in the Northwest.
He calls me every offseason. I haven't been able to work it into the schedule quite yet.
Don't worry, they won't put you on a boat or anything. They'll keep you on shore. Marte, the batting average up to .217. His 2nd home run of the season last night. He singled and homered. The hitting streak now 9 straight, and this was the difference in a 4-3 D-backs win.
Yeah, you can bat toss when you hit him over the pool.
Yeah, that's allowed. Chops a curveball, foul ground now.
Get it.
And that listens right on top of the dugout.
Got to talk to him sometimes.
Ketel, during his 9-game hitting streak, is batting .406. 5 doubles, a triple, and a couple of home runs. So a walk to Hummel. A 2-run homer by Luplow, and 2 batters in. We're tied up. Ketel is taking a few more home run swings here. Something that he admitted he did a lot early this year after getting that contract extension. He was trying to do too much. Things, when you do that, don't come out the right way, he said last night. And it's possible that the contract was adding to him pressing a little bit. And he's just trying to tee one off here.
Wow.
Turned on that curveball, and it's 2-2.
It's been like a driving range here in the first inning. Wow.
He'll line up 3 infielders on the third base side against him. Aguilar well off the bag at first. And he lays off that changeup. That's always been a very good pitch for Luzardo. He's considered that his best secondary pitch, something he's always had.
He's yet to throw Marte a fastball in this at bat. All curves and changeups. There's one.
98 misses down and in. First three have reached, and here comes Christian Walker.
First baseman.
Now Christian put one right down the third baseline in his first at bat in the ball game last night, driving home Dalton Varsho and David Peralta. Spot the D-backs to a 2-0 lead in that first.
RBI double in the first. He also singled and walked. Another good night last night for Christian. And they'll leave that overshift on the third base side. Right side is wide open for him. He's off the curve. You know they got to be looking for that curve as often as he throws it. You know it's coming. He threw it a whole bunch last year, way more often even this year, despite a fastball that can hit as high as 99. And there's that changeup that he likes. Not much is working right now. 18 pitches, 11 for balls, and he's given up 2 walks and a home run. .98 is there for a strike. Christian was one of the Diamondbacks players talking after the win last night. Feels like now everybody's playing their role, sticking to what they know. As he put it, baseball is one of those games that the harder you try, the harder it is. You always hear it, let it come to you, stay within yourself. But some of that pressure they were putting on themselves early seems to have certainly lessened.
Yeah, slow starts will do that to any ball club. Yeah, you know, you have expectations coming out of spring training. Maybe you had good numbers in spring training, and then you hit the regular season and somebody pulled the plug.
Look out, TP. Here's a chance for, guess who's down there again? It's our new guy, Dan Marino.
Oh.
Who's done a tremendous job. He's become a fixture here. Got the toll booth working right field tonight. That's Jim Tolar. You know, the toll booth, because nothing.
Yeah, nothing gets by.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I got it. 2 and 2.
I'm thinking about Dan Marino out there. Everyday Dan, you know.
Oh, there you go. Boy, Luzardo is a little bit lost out there right now. Curveball's not working, changeup's not working, fastball just got belted for a home run. He's walked 2 already and run it full on Walker. Christian belts it deep to center field. Sanchez at the wall, and it's off the wall. Marte's on the move. They're going to stop him at third, and it's a double for Walker. They are teeing off on Jesus Luzardo right now.
Christian Walker's hit a lot of balls hard in the early going and had nothing to show for it. I guess he figures if you just hit it over all the outfielders, they can't catch it. Sanchez actually makes a pretty nice play. He goes back as far as he thinks he can go and then backs off the wall, plays it on a hop to hold Marte at third base. Long double by Christian Walker.
2 runs in, 2 runners on, still nobody out. And it's the DH, Josh Rojas. Josh had a textbook perfect bunt in the first inning last night for an RBI single. He's hit safely in all 3 games since coming off the injured list with that oblique strain.
And both corner infielders for the Marlins playing in even with the baseline because of that bunt last night.
Oh boy, it might be a long night here for Peyton Henry back there. That one got the best of him.
It just got longer for Peyton Henry. Ooh.
They're going to come out and have a look at the youngster, the backup catcher for the Marlins. This one caught him in a bad spot.
Yeah. Well, you young catchers out there, look away.
He's still down.
Yeah, he's having trouble recovering from that one. Yeah, I've talked about those in the past. It's not a pleasant subject, but generally you have a wave of intense pain that subsides rather quickly. But you can tell that Henry's having some issues back there right now. Just can't seem to shake it.
He's out of Pleasant Grove, Utah. Marlins picked him up from Milwaukee in a trade at the deadline last year. Made his major league debut with Miami, handful of games last season, and he's still on the ground.
Well, that double by Christian Walker off the wall in center field came off the bat at 103 miles an hour, went 419 feet. It would be a home run in 27 of the 30 major league parks.
That's the way it's gone for Christian.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Coors Field, Detroit, and then right here at Chase Field, obviously.
Don Mattingly out to talk to his catcher, Henry. You know, he doesn't want to come out. This is only his 9th start behind the plate all year.
And he's done a nice job when catching Luzardo this year. A couple of his starts have come with Jesus Luzardo on the mound.
Well, Peyton fortunately okay. Going to hang in there. It is unlike any position in sports. Hockey goalies don't call pitches.
That's true. See, but when we go to the automated strike zone, we're just going to put a pitch back there instead of an actual pitcher.
Save time. That's a good idea.
I'm sure you had a pitch back as a kid growing up. Oh man, I
wore it out.
Wear those things out.
I had that and the Johnny Bench batter up.
There you go.
2-0 to Rojas. Well, suddenly Luzardo has found his fastball. Fired 2 quick ones in there. Now it's 2-2. Oh, drops in that curveball that he loves so much. Gets his first out.
You know, not to make light of Peyton Henry's situation behind the plate, but that little break may have been exactly what Luzardo needed out there on the mound. Break up his rhythm. This is a guy that was struggling to find the strike zone with anything. When he did throw a strike, it was getting whacked. Breaking ball that time just below the belt.
Well, not too many left-handers in the lineup for Torey Lovullo. Most of the lefties on the bench. Nick Ahmed starts at shortstop. Bench lefties 4 for 4 tonight. Beer, Peralta, Pavin, and Varsho all out to start this one. Nick got the heater. Ahmed at 209. He's got 3 home runs. And usually handles left-hand pitching pretty well. Now he's starting to find his groove. Big fastball up top, curveball down low. He's got the changeup as well. He'll throw the occasional sinker too. 31st pitch of this inning coming up. He's still only got 1 out. Missed a 98. Nick get into a fielder's choice as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning last night. We've talked about how he's lowered his hands in his batting stance. He's had a lot of luck with that. Marte at 3rd, Walker at 2nd with 1 out. 2 runs in on the Luplow homer. Nick reaches out, taps that one foul. Giants and Rockies in action tonight at San Francisco. Just underway, there's no score. Padres hosting the Cubs. Cubs come in here Friday for 3. Dbacks.com for your tickets. San Diego has an early 2-0 lead. Clevenger on the mound. Dodgers beat up the Pirates in Pittsburgh 11-1. That's the final. .99 that time.
Astros beating up on the Twins tonight 5-0. Notable only because Justin Verlander through 7 innings has a no-hitter at 76 pitches.
And they're in the 8th at Target Field.
That'd be his 4th if he was able to complete that no-no tonight.
It's just greedy. Verlander coming off the Tommy John surgery. Oh, Nick leans down there and waves at that Luzardo changeup. So back-to-back strikeouts for Jesus Luzardo. And now there are 2 down.
Well, fooled Nick badly that time. Got all his weight out on the front foot. Realized that pitch was going to be close to the corner. Just tried to get a piece and foul it off, but came up empty.
Well, he got 2 more runs sitting out there with a base hit. And it's up to Geraldo Perdomo, who walked and has started shortstop in Monday's series opener. He's the 3rd baseman tonight.
Seems like lately Perdomo's good for 1 long foul home run every game.
Yeah, right. He's still bidding for that first big league homer. Action in the Marlins bullpen. The right-hander Lewis Head is up and looks to be ready to go, with Luzardo having thrown already 35 pitches in the first and counting. 97 misses in. It's 2-0. Well, that's the face you make when your starter's looking at a 40 pitch first. Starting to feel that changeup now as well. Tried to change up again. That's a pitch that he felt like he got away from last year, but now he's kind of mixing it back in this season. It's always been there for him, he says. Behind on Perdomo, 3-1. Look out, Ketel Marte. Whoa. My goodness. That one almost got him. That was frightening. Yeah. Hit it over there. I mean, this was close. Yeah. Way too close.
Very little reaction time. I mean, whistles right over his head. Foul down the 3rd baseline.
102 miles an hour coming right at you. And he gets the strikeout on the changeup. 3 consecutive strikeouts bail Luzardo out, but not before Jordan Luplow ties the ball game with his 3rd of the year. Here we go again. D-backs and Marlins. After 1, it's 2-2. Here at Chase Field, D-backs and Marlins. Don't forget you can participate in our D-backs Give Back 50/50 charity raffle, supported by Bally Sports Arizona. From anywhere in Arizona, get your raffle tickets online. Your chance to win half the jackpot at dbacks.com/50/50. Jackpot already over $3,000 after 1 inning and climbing fast. Jesus Sanchez, the center fielder, leads off the Marlins 2nd against Madison Bumgarner. Sanchez, 235. He does have 3 homers. He's got occasional power. Singleton scored in the 2nd inning last night against Alberto Castellanos.
Sanchez was the guy at the plate leading off the 7th inning in the ball game last night. Strike 3 that went all the way to the backstop, and Dalton Varsho made that great play we showed you in the open of the show.
Scrambled well behind the Marlins on deck circle just to get to that ball, and then threw out Sanchez, who has center fielder type speed. Chase that curveball out there. It's 2-2. Sanchez, even with that base hit last night, Only 5 for 45 in his last 14 games.
Should be a four-seamer. Trying to rush him. 91.
Sanchez, a guy that came up through the Tampa Bay system as a center fielder. Rays picked him up in a trade deadline deal back in 2019. Acquired by the Marlins from Tampa with Ryan Stanek in a trade for Nick Anderson and Trevor Richards. Made his big league debut with Miami last year, 2 years ago. 30 pitches for Mad Bum, 22 for strikes. And he gets his second strikeout.
Sanchez swing can get very long at times, and it does on this cutter, working away from the left-handed hitter. Drops to a knee, doesn't come close.
Well, good to see Peyton Henry still in the game, the Marlins catcher, 2 for 21 on the year. Got his first look at the big leagues with a handful of games last year after a trade from Milwaukee. Brewers got him with a 6th round pick out of high school in Pleasant Grove, Utah. Right at Nick Ahmed. If you're on Twitter, check out our social media question, Bally Sports Arizona. This is a good one with the Suns playing just across the street here. Who's the biggest villain in Arizona sports history?
Shortstop.
You got your pick, right? Maybe a Pittsburgh Steeler from the Super Bowl. You want to, pick somebody in the NBA playoffs in recent years. Niger Morgan, maybe. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways you could go.
All kinds of different ways. Somebody on the Seahawks.
Good call. Let us know your thoughts. We'll have some answers coming up later. Check swing there by Miguel Rojas. Who was the biggest villain in the big leagues when you were managing the Diamondbacks? Who was the guy that had that sort of dastardly mustache evil guy look?
I'm trying to think of who that might be. I mean,
it's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
You hate to label people, but
Sure.
somebody's got to wear the black hat, right? The good guys, the bad guys.
Well, the easy guess would be Barry Bonds.
Yeah, well,
I mean, he was a villain just because he hit every other pitch up into the seats.
Right. Scott Brocious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
0-2. Boy, 92 from Mad Bum. That got up there on him. Well, mull it over. Let us know. We'll be here.
Who was the DB? Oh, Richard Sherman. Was that his name?
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Yep.
0-2. Mad Bum upset that curveball got away.
The thing about Mad Bum is he gets upset before the pitch even gets to the catcher. As soon as it leaves his hand, he knows it's not going to go where he wants it to, and expressed his frustration before Herrera could even catch it.
Well, your staff has pointed out if you're looking for a villain, you could go with Luka. You could go with the referees from Game 4.
Yeah.
But they have this note: the Suns are 2-0 when the Diamondbacks are playing the Marlins this year. So that bodes well for everyone across the street here. Getting set for Game 5. That's fouled away.
And of course, another easy selection would be Tommy Lasorda. Tommy, and he relished being the villain. I used to tell the story about Candlestick Park. The visitors would come out a tunnel way down the right field line and have to walk all the way around to the third base dugout. And Tommy he loved that walk. He would tip his cap to the fans. They would boo him. I mean, maybe the only person that got booed more than the crazy crab was Tommy Lasorda.
Well, anybody that would throw Yuppie out of a ball game is a villain. It's full on Rojas, 3-2. 40 pitches, 22 strikes for Madison Bumgarner. Aguilar on deck. Making him work. This is not Rojas's first rodeo. He's been around, been a fixture in this lineup the last 6 years. He's not a guy, as we mentioned last night, that pulls the ball very much at all. He's usually trying to go up the middle or go the other way. Got that cutter well in there that time.
Yeah, almost forced to pull that one. Cutting way inside off the plate.
10th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Trying to get that last out of the second. Both these starters really seeing those pitch counts get up there quickly. Luzardo threw a 40 pitch first. There's a line drive to center. Alec Thomas is there. And Madison Bumgarner had to work, but he sat down 4 straight in a 2-2 ball game. Don't forget, coming up this Friday, you can be right here at Chase Field as we open up a 3-game weekend series. The Diamondbacks and the Chicago Cubs. Catch all the action. Don't miss the post-game fireworks show coming up Friday night, May 13th. Get your tickets now at dbacks.com. Just a gorgeous evening here in downtown Phoenix. Steve Berthiaume, Bob Brenly, Todd Walsh, Brandon Webb with you. Alec Thomas chops at the first one from Luzardo and backs up Wendell at second, and quickly there's one away. So Luzardo, after really scuffling to start the ball game, is now set down 4 in a row.
And it was pointed out by my staff that the Jordan Luplow home run came on a fastball and was absolutely crushed to left field. And after that, it was a steady diet of breaking balls and changeups until the meeting from Mel Stottlemyre Jr. and he started to incorporate his fastball once again. They call that scaring a guy off of a pitch. Throw a fastball, it gets whacked about 410 feet to left field, and all of a sudden he doesn't want to throw that fastball anymore.
Rookie catcher Jose Herrera. Well, when you start out walk home or walk double, you might want to change something up. And it's worked out. Herrera 4 for 27 at the plate this year. He's hit safely in 3 of his last 4. Back to the changeup for a strike. Look out! The bat goes farther than Tony Perez-Chica. That's what happens when you have a good changeup sometimes.
Yep. It's one of the longer bat tosses I've ever seen.
Yeah, usually they go into the seats or the screen or the dugout. That one cleared the infield dirt.
Unfortunately cleared Tony Perez-Chica.
Yeah, thank goodness. Saw Jose pick up his first career extra base hit and RBIs with that double against the Rockies Sunday. 98 just missed down and in with that hard sinker. And it's a full count 3-2. Cooper Hummel walk to lead off the ball game. Will be next.
I meant to read this before Jordan Luplow's at bat, but I can feel a D-backs home run coming today. When the D-backs hit big, you win big. Get a free jumbo jack with a large drink purchase the day after the D-backs hit a home run.
It's never too late. There's Jordan Luplow. The home run is 3rd of the year. Tied the game at 2 after a Jorge Soler 2-run homer in the top of the 1st. 3-2 to Jose Herrera. Got him. Well, Luzardo has punched out 4 the last 5.
You see that change up, the circle change grip, throwing it off his middle finger and his ring finger, turns it over slightly, gets a little bit of tailing action away from a right-handed hitter, but really takes a lot of velocity off.
Well, you can see why he would want to throw that pitch more often. And he's done that this year. Hummel now, who starts the night in left field. Switch hitter, another chance for Torey Lovullo to get a right-hand bat in there.
The Justin Verlander no-hitter has come to an end. Gio Urshela with a clean single to break up the no-no.
Astros still lead 5-0 at Minnesota. Cooper walked and singled in his start as the DH Sunday against Colorado. And he's walked again so far tonight. Leads the Diamondbacks in walks this year. Well, he's really feeling that change.
Yep.
And Luzardo, in case you haven't noticed, he's really a get it, throw it kind of guy. He's not messing around out there. Just waiting for Cooper to get in the box. Well, he's just tying him up. That was the curveball. He has struck out 5 of the last 6. And after 2, we're tied at 2. The Pink Peaches, all right.
That's
nice
my
job.
favorite so far. Love the Pink Peaches.
That's a good one. And of course, after you eat peaches, wait to go swimming. Give it about 20 minutes. Jesus Aguilar will lead off the third against Madison Bumgarner. If you're just clicking over from the Suns, you've missed a lot so far. Jorge Soler, a 2-run home run in the top of the first inning. Jordan Luplow, a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first. Aguilar flying out his first time. There's his strike. That's fouled. Mad Bum. The use of his cut fastball, a pitch he threw roughly 34% of the time last year. Spiked way up. He's throwing it more than 51% of the time this year. That cutter has been his best pitch by far. Brent Strom, the pitching coach, talked about that before the game today. That was a curveball. Aguilar sends it to center for Alec Thomas. Here comes Jorge Soler, last year's World Series MVP. This was what he did in the first.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did it in the World Series last year, too.
Right.
Just smoked the ball to left field right there. Line drive home run about 8 or 10 rows back in the bleachers.
He was a force against Houston. 3 homers in that World Series for the Atlanta Braves after he missed much of the NLCS with COVID. He was World Series MVP. Got a 3-year, $36 million free agent deal for the Marlins. .92 missed at the belt, says Bruce Dreckman. Soler's contract does include opt-outs if he has a monster year this year. Opt-outs after this season and next. Started last year in Kansas City. Braves picked him up in mid-season. Wound up with a World Series ring and an MVP trophy. And a $36 million deal. Not bad. He has got tremendous light tower power, as we saw in the first. 1-1.
I remember seeing some highlights last year of his time in Kansas City, hitting balls out into the fountain.
Over the previous 3 seasons, he's belted a total of 43 homers that have all gone at least 420.
Ooh.
That's the most in the majors over that 3-year span. Just remember when he came up with the Cubs, he signed with Chicago out of Cuba. And he was just a giant package of tools. I mean, power, speed, everything, and a whole bunch of strikeouts. But he has found his way. Called strike 3 with a cut fastball. And Mad Bum has set down 5 in a row. D-backs Access Pass, the most convenient and flexible way you can enjoy Diamondbacks baseball in the best seats. Every Access Pass includes 20 credits that provide you the flexibility to choose the games you want when you want to go. You can learn more at dbacks.com/access. 3 strikeouts for Mad Bum. Here's Garrett Cooper, the DH who homered here last night. Six in a row retired by Mad Bum. Cooper flied out in the first. It's going to be a workmanlike effort tonight, no doubt.
Well, that's what separates the good ones from the mediocre pitchers. You don't have his best stuff. It's obvious right now. Mad Bum doesn't have his good command. He's thrown some really good cutters. He's thrown some that didn't do too much. But can you keep your team in the ball game and give them a chance to win?
Well, he had not allowed more than 1 earned run in any start this year. And that changed with a Soler homer in the first. He's allowed 3 hits or fewer in 4 of his 6 starts so far. And Miami has got him for 4 hits so far tonight. Marte make it 5 for Cooper. That one goes under the glove of Cattell. A sharp ground ball up the middle, a 2-out single.
We talk about Soler and the ball jumping off of his bat. Garrett Cooper's another guy. When he barrels it, it gets out there in a hurry. That one just shot past Cattell Marte into center field. 109 off the bat.
Well, that'll make you smile. Avisail Garcia, who narrowly missed a home run his first time up. It hit, it appeared just off the top of the yellow part of the wall in left. Marlins looked at it, decided not to challenge. He settled for a long single, but it didn't miss by much. Garcia has only 4 extra base hits all year and is still batting under 200. Strikeout rate this season has spiked way up. Lifts this one out to Alec Thomas in center, still backing up. It's carrying to the warning track, and Alec has enough room. Bottom third coming up. Diamondbacks and the Marlins tied at 2.
Loud contact, some hard hit balls, including that drive to left field by Jorge Soler, the 2-run bomb. But then he started to hit his spots, started to get some weaker contact, incorporating all of his pitches, something generally he waits till later in the ball game to mix in some change-ups and mix in some slower curve balls. But given the start to this game, he decided to start mixing it up right away. Much improved our Nationwide Vision Center's eye on the game.
He has struck out 3. He's not walked a batter and set down 7 of the last 8 Marlins hitters he's faced. And now Jordan Luplow, who was responsible for the Diamondback runs, a 2-run home run his first time up against Jesus Luzardo, will start us off in the 3rd.
Well, Luzardo's had his own struggles in the early going of this ball game. He's only thrown a first pitch strike to 3 of the 10 hitters he's faced. And he's had trouble getting that first pitch curveball over there. That's something a lot of guys like to use to steal that first strike. He hasn't been able to throw 1 first strike so far on the first pitch.
There's a changeup for a first pitch strike. Luzardo has punched out 5 of the last 6 batters for the Diamondbacks, who stranded 2 after that Luplow homer in the first. That number could have been a lot more crooked.
Ooh, quick pitch.
Quick pitch with a changeup, and it's 0-2. Boy, that changeup has bailed him out tonight. He was really on the ropes. He had a 40 pitch first.
And right back with it again. Quick pitch changeup, this time in the dirt.
I don't think the way he's been striking guys out, he should try to get too fancy.
Breaking ball. Tried to overthrow that one.
Jesus Luzardo, 24-year-old left-hander. Ketel Marte on deck. Then it's Christian Walker. Didn't go. Edward Moscoso at first base, and Luplow has worked the count full 3-2. Another swing and a miss with that changeup. He has struck out 6.
You know, partner, we talk all the time about baseball being a game of adjustments, and I can just imagine the Diamondbacks advance meeting against Luzardo. You look at his numbers this year and last year. This guy's a curveball, fastball pitcher. He's going to hump it up there, approaching 100 miles an hour, and comes out tonight throwing changeup after changeup after changeup.
Right.
Got to make an adjustment.
Foul ball at third, says Paul Emmel. Well, after the Luplow homer in the first that tied it 2-2, he walked Marte. Walker hit a double high off the wall in center. So the Diamondbacks, after tying the ball game, had second and third and no outs, and Luzardo was really in trouble. But since then, he has struck out 6 of the 7 batters he's faced. And is ahead of Ketel 0-1. Make it 0-2. The fastball, that hard sinker at 96.
Anytime the D-backs score 5 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free seasoned beef crunchy tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day at participating locations.
Jesus Luzardo was the first player born in Peru in Major League history. He's from Lima, Peru. Family emigrated to America when he was a baby, tried the quick pitch and missed. Luzardo attended Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, same high school that produced Anthony Rizzo, the Yankees. Look out, 98 up and in. Well, Ketel almost got killed by a foul ball earlier. Now he's got 98 coming at his melon.
And Luzardo's kind of overthrown a few pitches in this game. I mentioned a breaking ball to Luplow, and that fastball just trying to put a little bit too much on it.
Oh, Dan Marino.
Knock it down. And for Luzardo, the first 4 batters of the game, he had a walk, a homer, a walk, a double. Since then, he's got 6 strikeouts and a ground ball to second base.
And a full count on Marte. Oh, you could tell golfs a curveball down the line. 4. That'll play. Is that a Titleist? Uh-oh, careful. We had a guy last night jumping over seats up there.
Yeah.
Oh, he missed it. Good effort. 6th full count for Luzardo in the ball game already, and he loses Ketel. Change up in the dirt, his third base on balls.
Well, and you've been saying it for the past week or 10 days. When you start to see Ketel Marte take his base on balls, that's a sure sign that he's getting locked in.
He's walked twice tonight in 2 plate appearances, and Marte, during what has become a 9-game hitting streak, has walked 5 times. So tack on 2 more bases on balls, and a chance for Walker, who just missed a home run to dead center. His first time up, he settled for a double high off the wall. Look out, another one down there at third. Here's Dan Marino, plays the carom that time, and oh, that's a sack.
Well, tough carom off that sidewall that time.
We're talking about the selectivity of Ketel Marte. Both his walks tonight. 8 pitches.
Wow.
8 pitch at bats, or plate appearances in that case. It's 0-1 on Walker. Now he's starting to mix in that sinker more often. That's his 4th pitch in the repertoire. behind the curveball, the four-seamer, and that good change.
We go 4. That's a changeup. Quick pitch changeup.
Starting to do that more and more too. Remember, he was ahead of both Luplow and Marte. 0-2. Went to a full count on both those hitters in this inning. And now it's even 2-2. Luzardo, as any young lefty who throws in the upper 90s tends to do, attracted a lot of attention as a rookie with Oakland. That was back in 2020. Ran into some immediate trouble with the A's last year. He fractured the pinky finger on his pitching hand playing a video game.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that didn't go over well. And the injury cost him nearly all of May. That put him in the bullpen for the A's throughout June. He really struggled, was optioned to the minors and then traded to the Marlins. So they just ran him out of there.
Trying to think what kind of video game you would play where you break bones.
Just, well, you get into it, I guess. 3 consecutive 3-2 counts to open up this third. Luplow struck out, Marte walked, and we'll keep going with Christian. Yeah, he was optioned at mid-season last year and then traded at the deadline in a deal for Starling Marte, who had a big half season with the A's. Showed up in Miami, made a dozen starts and had an ERA just under 6.5, but he's been a whole lot better this year. Got a little more serious about things. I think Oakland may have called his commitment into question. That has changed. He has given up more than 2 earned runs only once in his 5 starts. Last outing was a loss at San Diego last Thursday. 98 pitches in a season high 6 innings. Gave up a couple of homers in that start. And Walker with a good at bat right here.
I'm sure Don Mattingly keeping a close eye on that pitch count for Luzardo. He's had to work hard in this ball game tonight, and I'm sure those guys down in the right field bullpen are keeping a close eye on that pitch count as well. Anytime your starter throws this many pitches early in the game, you know you're probably going to be in action in that bullpen.
7 of the 13 hitters he's faced so far have seen at least 6 pitches. And he loses Walker, so back-to-back walks, now 4 in the ball game for Jesus Luzardo. And there are 2 on and 1 out for Josh Rojas. Josh struck out looking his first time up. One of only 2 left-hand hitters in the lineup tonight. All the lefties on the bench: Beer, Peralta, Pavin, Varsho. Marte at second and Walker at first. .75 pitches, only 41 for strikes. He has walked 4 and struck out 6. 96 is there. He's gone to that sinker a lot more the second time through rather than the 4-seam fastball, which gets as high as 99. Peyton Henry going to the pitch column. Just missed the corner with a curveball. Josh barrels one up to center, but Sanchez is there. No chance to tag. He gets it back in quickly. And that's out number 2.
Good approach, good solid contact that time for Josh Rojas. Unfortunately hit it right at Sanchez out there in center field.
Nick Ahmed, a strikeout victim his first time. Lewis Head warming up once again, the right-hander in the Miami bullpen. Peyton Henry out to talk to his left-hander. Approaching 80 pitches with 2 outs in the third. And there he is. Acquired from Tampa Bay in November. Lewis Head. And Don Mattingly is going to make the move right here. So it is Juan Ahmed to face the left-hander, who's a little frustrated. He walked 2 in the first, 2 more here in the third, and leaves responsible for 2 base runners in a 2-2 game back after this. With you, Bob Brenly along the way. D-backs and Marlins tied 2-2. Jesus Luzardo, the Marlins starter, gone in the third, and this is Lewis Head, who came out of Seven Lakes High School in Katy, Texas. Texas State University, made his big league debut with Tampa Bay last year. Acquired by the Marlins in November.
Had 2 appearances in spring training. You know, now that we're kind of into the grind of the regular season, you kind of forget the fact that some of these guys got very little prep work in spring training.
Luzardo responsible for the 2 base runners. Marte at second, Walker at first. And Ahmed is the hitter. Yeah, usually a 6-7 week spring training was 3.5 maybe.
I mean, normally with relief pitchers, especially late inning relief pitchers, you like to get to the point where you pitch them back-to-back days or 3 out of 4, just so you know that they're physically ready to handle the grind of the regular season. But as I said, Head only had 2 appearances in spring training. Now, he may have pitched in a B game or a simulated game or something like that. And he'll throw a boatload of sliders. He throws more sliders than fastballs. Basically a 2-pitch guy.
Yeah, throws that slider about 70% of the time. Here's the way they line up defensively against Nick. Aguilar toes on the grass, well off the bag at first. Well, Lewis Head, whatever you want to say, has paid his dues. He was a 31-year-old rookie with Tampa Bay last year when he made his major league debut. 9 seasons in the minor leagues. Three-one. Ooh, sliders a strike, says Bruce Dreckman.
Yeah, slider took the break, but it was very late. Never really did get back to that inside corner.
Well, full count, 3-2. Runners on the move. Nick reaches out and pokes it into left field. Here comes Cattell, and the Diamondbacks have the lead. Nick Ahmed, the 2-out RBI knock, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, Nick got pulled by a changeup from Luzardo his first at bat and took an awkward looking swing. This time he gets just enough of that slider off the end of the bat to dunk it in front of Soler out there in left field, and with the runners in motion, Marte will score easily.
Walker stops at second. That run charged to Jesus Luzardo, and now a chance for Geraldo Perdomo. Perdomo struck out to end the first. Switch hitter now spins around at bats from the left-hand side against the right-hander. Another slider. You said it. That's his pitch.
Yeah, that's his pitch. He throws it on both sides of the plate.
Got him to the big leagues at the age of 31 last year. Luzardo still responsible for Walker down there at second. We're at the point now where Geraldo sees a fastball. He is going to take his cut. Swinging much more aggressively lately. Hey, there's a nice catch in the popcorn bucket. Popcorn coming at you.
Look at that. Oh, see, you don't need to spend a lot of money on an expensive baseball glove.
It's right in there.
Get a bucket of popcorn.
Right? Oh, that was smart. He had the bucket in position, ready to go.
Sure did.
I'm just going to sit back and relax and enjoy a nice beverage. There's Mike down there. Even Mike will get him another thing of popcorn. Fastball at 94, way out there. And it's 2-2. Giants have taken a 3-1 lead on the Rockies. They're in the fourth at San Francisco. Padres at home against the Cubs. San Diego with a 3-2 lead. They're in the fourth. Cubbies will be in here Friday. dbacks.com for tickets. Alek Thomas on deck. He would be next. 2-2 on Geraldo Perdomo. 94 misses low, and it's full. That is the fifth 3-2 count drawn by a Diamondback batter in this inning. 16 plate appearances in the ball game. They've had 9 full counts.
Wow.
Walker at second, Ahmed at first. And there they go. Perdomo fouls off another one. Dodgers winners earlier today. They lost in Pittsburgh yesterday. They took it out of the Pirates today. 11-1 the final. LA won at PNC Park. Again on 3-2. And again, it's fouled over into the Marlin dugout.
A lot of those too. A lot of full counts and a lot of foul balls in 2-strike counts for the Diamondbacks hitters today.
Watch out for Donnie Ballgame down there.
6 Gold Gloves, no problem.
5 full counts in this half inning by Diamondback hitters. 4 of the 5 started with an 0-2 count.
Wow.
So they are really extending these at bats. Once more for Geraldo. Center field, Sanchez on the move. He won't get there. Walker's home. Ahmed stops at third. RBI for Geraldo Perdomo. Back-to-back 2-out RBI singles. And it's 4-2 Diamondbacks.
Well, a lot of times your teammates on the bench will say, okay, you've had a good at bat. You ran the count to full. You fouled off some pitches. Now make it a great at bat. Geraldo Perdomo got jammed just a little bit, which is a good thing because it drops in front of Sanchez in center. D-backs still have it cooking with runners at first and third. Christian Walker across the plate.
Alek Thomas gets to face the right-hander. Alek rounded out against Luzardo in the second. Sliders to strike. Alek a double and a run scored as the center fielder in his major league debut Sunday, the win over Colorado. 0 for 3 in his start in center last night against the Marlins. Ahmed down there at third, and Geraldo Perdomo at first. Diamondbacks have been out hit by Miami 5-4, but they lead it 4-2. Luplow a 2-run homer in the first, RBI singles in the third by Ahmed and Perdomo.
I was just thinking, if a catcher really didn't like one of his own pitchers, you could really mess with him with that pitch com.
That's right.
Wait till he gets right about there and then hit the throw it high button.
You know, they've begun experimenting pitch com. You can record a voice. They initially had, you know, your standard leave a message at the tone kind of voice, and both in English and in Spanish. But now teams are, you know, coming up with different ideas to record catchers' voices or even celebrity voices. So you may get a call.
Down.
Soler won't get there. That's a fair ball. Ahmed is home. Perdomo coming around third. Oh, he's going to put the brakes on, and he just does get back in time as Alec Thomas drives in a run to make it 5-2. Dying Quail out there in left. 3 consecutive 2-out RBI hits.
Soft liner into center by Perdomo, and now Alec Thomas gets jammed a little bit with that slider, just muscles it down that left field line. There's some great at bats in this inning.
Well, Stottlemyre Jr. onto the mound. Ed has faced 3 batters and given up 3 RBI hits, and that's tacos there, baby.
Nice.
All 4 runs charged to Luzardo. That last one is on Lewis' head. Boy, Tony Perez-Chica got down on the ground, almost on the baseline, so Perdomo would see him, and Geraldo almost ran right over him. TP was flat on the ground, waving his arms in the air. Geraldo got a late look and suddenly jammed on the emergency brake. Watch Tony Perez-Chica at work here. Left of your screen. Look out.
Get down, get back.
He just did get back in time. So a chance now for Jose Herrera in a 5-2 ball game. Diamondbacks 2 in the first, now 3 in the third. Base hit can tack on 2 more runs. Sliders a strike.
Just don't hit it any harder than 70 miles an hour off the bat.
That's the key.
Nick Ahmed's base hit was 67. Geraldo Perdomo 70, and Alec Thomas 68 down the left field line.
All this exit velocity nonsense. Fastball is up. It's a ball and a strike. Jose struck out his first time up against Luzardo. Off the glove. Here comes Perdomo. Close play at the plate. And the ball gets away from Head. Now Thomas is at third. And the run is home at 6-2. It clanked off the glove of Peyton Henry. Looked like they had a play on Perdomo. But the ball rolled away. And it's a 4-run third.
Yeah, right off the glove. He gets to it quickly. Once again, a Marlin player. This time the pitcher just doesn't catch the ball. Yeah, that was going to be very close right there. Had Head been able to corral that ball, and then they all scamper after it just in case Alec Thomas had any ideas of coming home.
Thomas at third now. And it's 3-1 on Herrera, who is the 8th man to bat in this third inning for the Diamondbacks. They've scored 4 times. Well, we saw Jesus Luzardo start the ball game for the Marlins. It went walk home or walk double. Then he struck out the next 3 he faced. It was a 40-pitch first inning. And we're right on the cusp of another 40-pitch inning for the Marlins. Just about there. 3-2. We'll keep going.
Whole bunch of 2-strike foul balls in this game for the Diamondbacks offensively.
This has turned into, I stand corrected now, a 50-pitch half inning.
Yikes.
For Luzardo and Head. Aguilar backhands it. Head hustles over there to cover. And that's the end of the inning. It's 6-2 Diamondbacks. Popcorn time. 2 out RBI hits for the Diamondbacks. Throwing a pass ball, and it's a 6-2 D-backs lead as we start the 4th inning here against the Marlins. Which baseball movie is your favorite? Well, fill out your bracket. There's a bracket at MLB.com/Bleacher Features for a chance to win a Hollywood prize package, including tickets to the All-Star Game presented by MasterCard in Los Angeles. MLB.com/Bleacher Features. Here to cast a vote. Best baseball movie ever?
I'm kind of partial to Bull Durham.
That's a good one.
I mean, with few exceptions, I thought it really portrayed what minor league baseball was all about. Catching that early morning bus trip to go to the next city, turning the sprinklers on to get a rain out.
Joey Wendell. How do we ever win 8? It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Lollygaggers.
Here's the voice of the Durham Bulls, Teddy Garland. Wendell singled his first time. I told you this is a great story. The guy that played Teddy Garland, the Durham Bulls announcer in the movie Bull Durham, was a marshal who used to find moonshiners in the woods in North Carolina.
No kidding.
He was a retired marshal that sort of fit the kind of guy they were looking for, and they put him in the announce booth.
He was great.
1 ball and no strikes to Willie Foster. Bumgarner, 60 pitches, 40 strikes. What are these boys thinking about? Because it sure ain't baseball. Here's the generous 3-0 strike. Eric Gonzalez, the former Pirate, on deck. And there's a walk to Wendell to lead off the 4th inning. First walk issued by Madison Bumgarner as we get a word from 72 Sold.
Hey baseball fans, with 72 Sold you can sell your home now at absolute top of the market and then stay for up to 6 months. Get our price for your home at 72sold.com.
Mad Bum has punched out 3. That's his first base on balls. And here is the third baseman, Eric Gonzalez. Got a strike call with that cutter out there. Gonzalez playing his first ever major league game this year and making his Marlins debut. Just called up from their AAA club in Jacksonville. On the ground to third. Perdomo, a couple of hop steps right there. He took the extra step and it may have cost him the double play.
I think you're right.
A couple of crow hops from Perdomo at third.
I mean, it was a hard hit ball. He probably thought he had a little more time than he did. Gonzalez really scooting down that first base line. Yeah, 1 extra little crow hop, possibly trying to grab a grip on the ball. You see Gonzalez knows he's got to get down that line to beat out that double play, and he's able to do so.
Yeah, the Marlins are missing some infielders. Brian Anderson, John Birdie, both are out. So Gonzalez got the call. And here he is, his first game this year. Jesus Sanchez, the center fielder, looks at ball 1. That is turned on and foul off the screen in right field. A cutter from Mad Bum. Sanchez has got some power now and again. He does have 3 homers this year. Hit 14 home runs in 64 games last year for Miami. Look out.
Oh.
Curveball got away.
That starts behind Sanchez. How did that miss him? He went full Matrix that time. No.
2-2. We will be back tomorrow afternoon. Game 3 of this series. Matinee baseball for you. Diamondback Live pregame show at high noon on Bally Sports Arizona. First pitch 12:40 for Merrill Kelly and Sandy Alcantara. Off day on Thursday. Cubs come in Friday. Cubbies in for 3 starting Friday night. dbacks.com for your tickets. Sanchez scoops a curveball out to short left field for Cooper Hummel. And there are 2 outs in the 4th.
A considerably different contact when contact has been made since that first inning against Mad Bum. There were some balls that were really whacked hard in that first inning, but he's started to hit his spots with more consistency, and the contact has gone down accordingly.
And has the pitch count. It's not moving up nearly as quickly as it was. That was going to be an area of concern for a bit. The catcher, Peyton Henry, bats 9th. Up the middle and through into left center. Just the 3rd hit this year for Peyton Henry. Gonzalez at 2nd.
Shortstop.
And here's the leadoff man, Miguel Rojas. Rojas has always worn the uniform number 19 with the Marlins. This spring he switched to 11. He said to pay tribute to both his grandfather and his mother. They each passed away in January, only within 1 week of each other. So it was a challenging offseason for Miguel. Gonzalez at 2nd and Henry at 1st. Both his grandfather and his mom Norma, he said, were the ones taking him into the baseball fields growing up in Venezuela, doing everything so he could play baseball. His mom was a singer. She released an album that he used to use as his walk-up music. She was a pediatrician as well.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So now he says he's battling his own stuff, going through slumps, and it's not even remotely close to what his mom was dealing with. She passed away from breast cancer in January. So Mother's Day game was very special for Miguel Rojas this year. Got the corner with a cutter. And Madison Bumgarner strands 2. He has punched out 4 and holds a 6-2 lead. (6-2). Diamondbacks lead the Marlins. Don't forget, you can watch the D-backs with the Bally Sports app. More team coverage, full game replays and highlights. D-backs baseball on the Bally Sports Arizona app, presented by T-Mobile. Steve Berthune, Bob Brenly, Todd Walsh, Brandon Webb along the way. Well, this is Cody Poteet, the right-hander, who made his major league debut right here in this ballpark last May as a starter. And he got a win over the Diamondbacks in his first big league appearance. Now working out the Marlins bullpen, where he's done a pretty nice job.
Another guy that uses a lot of off-speed pitches. He's got a good changeup, a good slider, throws a four-seamer, an occasional sinker.
Well, the Diamondbacks coming off a 4-run third. They sent 8 men up to the plate and faced 50 pitches in the half inning. Cooper Hummel is the left fielder tonight in the leadoff spot. He has walked and struck out so far. Just by 2 defenders and through into right center. And Cooper Hummel has a leadoff single. Diamondbacks trailed it after a half-inning 2-0. Jorge Soler, a 2-run homer off Madison Bumgarner in the top of the first. But then Jordan Luplow answered in the home half. StatCast is powered by Google Cloud. StatCast 3D.
430 feet came off the bat, just over 105 miles an hour. The 3rd home run of the season for Jordan Luplow.
That one off the lefty, Jesus Luzardo. Luplow in right field tonight. He has homered and struck out. Diamondbacks trailed at 2-0. We were tied 2-2. Now they lead it 6-2. Trying to make some history for their skipper, Torey Lovullo, who with last night's win over the Marlins got career victory number 353 as Diamondbacks manager. That tied Kurt Gibson for the most all time, so a win tonight and Torey is on top of the list. Luplow squares to bunt, pops it up behind the screen. Well, hit it into the scouting section, you might get a better report. Of course, the Diamondbacks scouting section here at Chase Field, named after the late great Roland Heeman. There are the scouts, advanced guys with the notebooks and the cameras and the iPads, the whole thing.
Well, you mentioned that 50-pitch 3rd inning for the Marlins. That seems like that should be a rarity. That's the 7th time it's happened in the major leagues this year. A 50-pitch half inning.
It was a combo effort from Jesus Luzardo and Lewis Head. Luzardo threw 26, Head 24. 97 is right there. And Luplow has some thinking to do. Well, here comes Ketel Marte. Sharman ultra strong stats. 2 very hot hitters in this ball game tonight. 1 for each side. Ketel Marte and Jesus Aguilar having big Mays after slow Aprils.
And pointed out once again, 5 walks in the month of May for Ketel Marte. Was it a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago? He went 3 weeks into the season before he drew his first base on balls.
When the walks show up, the extra base hits always follow. Ketel has walked twice tonight and scored a run as he tries to extend what is for the moment a 9-game hitting streak. He's walked 5 times in those previous 9 games. Poteet, 98 comes in, and it's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, I mentioned he throws a lot of off-speed pitches. His changeup is the off-speed pitch he's used the most. He also throws a lot of sliders, but he's got 98 in his back pocket. Another no-hitter going on, partner.
Oh, again?
Reed Detmer for the Angels through 6 innings, only 64 pitches, has a no-hitter going against Tampa Bay.
Cody Poteet, just like Torey Lovullo, a UCLA Bruin. Poteet, a 4th rounder out of Pasadena by the Marlins back in 2015. 27-year-old right-hander. Cooper Hummel does run well. He's got a couple of stolen bases this year. A little late on that fastball. 97 that time from Cody Poteet. As we mentioned a moment ago, his major league debut came right here at Chase Field. That was May 12th, almost exactly 1 year ago tonight. Got the start, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits in 5 innings. 6 strikeouts without a walk in that ball game. Gave up a home run to the smasher Andrew Young. Cubs have come back to tie the Padres. That game 3-3 in the 5th inning at Petco Park. Cubbies in here on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come on down to the ballpark. dbacks.com for tickets. That's a bullet, but right into the overshift. They get 1, and Gonzalez turns 2. We've played 4. Diamondbacks lead the Marlins 6-2. Resorts and casinos. D-backs lead the Marlins 6-2. Set for the top of the 5th inning here at Chase Field, as the Diamondbacks try to climb 3 games over 500. They come into tonight having won 10 of their last 13. Madison Bumgarner out there for the start of the 5th inning. So far, Mad Bum has walked 1 and struck out 4. The only runs he's given up, a 2-run home run by Jorge Soler in the first. Here is Jesus Aguilar, who has twice flied out. There's a strike with a curveball. Aguilar fairly quiet so far in this series. Last night he singled and struck out 1 for 4. After about 10 games into the year, his batting average was around 160. It was a slow start, but since then he's got an OPS near 900. Big presence in this Miami lineup.
I think back to the history of this great game of ours, and Jesus Aguilar just doesn't look like what a number 2 hitter used to look like.
It's a little different.
Usually it was a little middle infielder, an outfielder that could bunt and play hit and run.
Oh, that's tracked down by Ketel Marte. Well, nowadays the analytics people say you got to put the guy that can do the most damage in the 2-hole. That's what the math tells you to do. But Aguilar so far tonight 0 for 3. Here's the guy that's done the damage, Jorge Soler. His 5th of the year, a rocket into the seats and left. 3 batters into the ball game. It was 2-0 Marlins. What turned out to be a long 24-pitch first for Madison Bumgarner, who has for the most part settled down since. D-backs tied it in the bottom of the 1st on a Jordan Luplow 2-run homer, and then got 4 in the 3rd, including 3 consecutive 2-out RBI hits by Nick Ahmed, Geraldo Perdomo, and the youngster Alek Thomas. Alek getting his first big league run batted in. Soler chops one up the line. That's a fair ball for Perdomo, and then again he takes that double crow hop before the throw, and there are 2 outs.
Well, that time Soler wasn't exactly busting it down the first baseline, unlike Eric Gonzalez, who legged out that double play in the last inning. He takes a look at the runner, realizes he's got plenty of time. He's not even in your picture.
Soler not pictured here. 2 down for Garrett Cooper, who singled his last time. He hit one about 110 miles an hour on the ground for a base hit. Cooper homered here last night, right to Nick.
On the cutter, and a nice quick 5th inning for Madison Bumgarner. 3 outs on 7 pitches and a 6-2 lead.
Prepared, and Torrey's clubs are always on top of everything. It seems like they play hard. I actually like their club a lot. I mean, not just because they're beating up on us, but they do a lot of things. They have speed. They give you a lot of different looks.
Todd Walsh back here at Chase Field. We begin the inning. It's obviously 6-2 Diamondbacks, but Steve, there's a look at Don Mattingly and Torey Lovullo. They were teammates with the New York Yankees for a brief period of time back in the summer of 1991. A called for a strike to Christian Walker to start the inning. That was on Diamondbacks Live, the pregame show. A wonderful conversation with one of the good guys in all of baseball, Don Mattingly. All kinds of respect for the Diamondbacks and manager Torey Lovullo.
Come on, you admit it. You got a little fanboyish when you were talking to Donnie Baseball down there.
You know what? He's just always been so kind.
Oh yeah,
but,
sure.
Yeah, but I certainly was a fan of his back in the day.
You were a big Yankee guy, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think so.
I did enjoy, though, some of the conversation that we had about the game today as it relates to when he played. You know, his famous comment that he just wanted George Brett to think that he was a good baseball player. And I asked him about, you know, the peer pressure and the quest for having your peers respect you, what that's like in the year 2022. And fascinating answer to that, and also a great story from Torey Lovullo about an errant throw from third base that went about 1.5 miles over Don's head that Don actually says he remembers.
Yeah, Torey told quite a tale about that, right? Was that yesterday, today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had to get up out of his seat in the press conference room to, you know, kind of
reenact it.
Yeah, give a visual of what happened.
Whose fault was it, actually? Was that ever determined?
Well, it was interesting. There's a shot to first.
Rojas grounds out to first, 2 down in the 5th.
Torey started his story, Steve, by saying that it was damp that night in Milwaukee.
Excuses right away.
Don watched that clip and had a big smile on his face and said, I remember the night, I remember the throw. I don't remember it being damp. So we'll just leave that out there.
Well, maybe we can have the governor, Greg Schulte, dig up some of his old weather reports and check on the weather in County Stadium that night.
You'll need the dew point.
It's key.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, thank you for that.
Thank you.
That was fun stuff.
And with Don Mattingly, anytime your nickname is Donnie Baseball, that pretty much says it.
You're doing something right.
Yeah.
Holy cow there, White. Nick Ahmed. Of course, he had to go through the 80s Yankees when they really didn't have a lot of good teams. Those sort of Mel Hall Yankee teams. They were okay, but they weren't the Yankees of the 70s or late 90s. Nick had one of those 3 consecutive 2-out hits for RBIs in the 3rd. He struck out his first time up. Diamondbacks looking for what would be their 11th win in 14 games to get 3 over 500. They lead at 6-2. What was the name of your guy, the Indians guy that was your favorite player as a kid in Ohio?
Oh, I had a lot of them.
No.
Woody Held.
That was it, Woody Held. Not Al Luplo, who you brought up the other day.
Well,
that was a good one.
He was a good player. He wasn't my favorite player.
Woody Held. That's a great baseball name.
Woody Held. Max Alvis. Unibrow.
2-2 on Nick.
Yeah, one of my great thrills in my professional career was I had a chance to meet Sam McDowell.
Sudden Sam,
Sudden
right?
Sam was a great pitcher for those Indians teams back in the 60s. I had a chance to meet him up in Toronto in my brief foray into the American League.
I got more on that. I got a... I did some digging. I was pretty sure I was right. Turned out I was. You have something in common. I'm not even sure you're aware with J.P. Arancibia, who's working television side for the Marlins, along with Paul Severino, just to our left. There's J.P.
Yeah.
You and J.P. Arancibia both wore number 9 as catchers for the Blue Jays.
Is that right? I wonder if he got booed as hard as I did.
he wore it a little longer, but I'm not sure who wore it best.
Yeah, I had a nice visit with JP before the ball game today. They have one of those telestrators over in their booth that has all kinds of fancy buttons. And
you're over there playing with his toys,
huh?
Yeah,
we were playing with the telestrator.
That's nice.
Third baseman.
And JP is he never played for the Marlins, but he grew up in Miami. Westminster Christian High School, went to University of Tennessee, a first-round pick. Played 4 years in Toronto, J.P. Arancibia. He's one of those guys whose last name went all the way across his back and down on the back of the jersey.
Tucked it into his belt in the back.
Perdomo has struck out. He's knocked in a run with a base hit. There's a strike from Poteet at 96.
One of my associate staff members is watching the ball game tonight in Atlanta. My son Michael unfortunately caught the COVID bug.
Runs in the family.
Yeah, apparently so. He's at the team hotel in Atlanta and has us dialed up tonight. And he pointed out that he thinks Geraldo Perdomo looks a little bit physically at the plate.
Yeah.
Like Jurickson Profar.
Oh, that's a good call.
Good call.
Yeah, absolutely. Both switch hitters. We played 5, and it's 6-2 Diamondbacks. Nissan is an easier choice than ever with our exciting and fuel-efficient lineup. Now get great offers across the full line. You can shop at your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com. Madison Bumgarner coming off an 8-pitch 5th inning. He holds a 6-2 lead as we open up the 6th. Avisail Garcia leads it off for the Marlins. Garcia has singled and flied out 1 for 2. He had a couple of base hits in last night's series opener. His first 2-hit game, in fact, since April 23rd. And just his second all year. He just cannot get going for the Marlins after signing that $53 million free agent deal. Garcia made quite an impression in Jupiter this spring. He hit a 449-foot home run in his very first at bat in a Marlins uniform. And that has essentially been his highlight for the year to this point anyway. Miami in the offseason really prioritized power. They needed some middle of the order slugs, so they went and got Avisail Garcia. They signed Jorge Soler. Check swing foul. Of course, when Garcia came up with the Tigers back in, well, about 10 years ago, 2012, 2013, they called him Mini Miggy because he looked like a young Miguel Cabrera. But it never really worked for him in Detroit. Spent 6 seasons with the White Sox and was an all-star back in 2017. Had a big year last year in Milwaukee. High hop for Nick Ahmed. 5 in a row retired by Madison Bumgarner.
As good as Garcia was in Chicago, he never really had the kind of home run years you would expect playing at that ballpark, a notorious launching pad.
Second baseman, Joey Wendell.
Had seasons of 13, 12, 18, 19.
Yeah, certainly good, but not what you thought he might get to. But belted 29 with the Brewers last year and got the big contract. Joey Wendell is the second baseman tonight. Wendell in his first season with the Marlins, he was an all-star in Tampa Bay last year and a Gold Glove finalist. Traded by the Rays to the Marlins in November for minor league outfielder Cameron Misner, a former first-round pick by Miami just a few years ago. Madbum coming up on 90 pitches. He had a rough first inning, including the Soler home run. He threw 24 pitches in that first. Gave up 4 hits, 3 singles and a homer. Since then, he has pretty much been in command. Make it 5 strikeouts and 6 in a row retired. And now this from Gila River Resorts and Casinos.
It's time to own your moment. So you do you.
Eric Gonzalez, the third baseman. There's the pitches per inning for Madbum. .90 pitches in the ball game, 63 strikes. That backs up Nick Ahmed. And another quick inning for Madison Bumgarner. 3 outs on 10 pitches that time, and he holds a 6-2 lead. Chase Field. For the best coverage in the game, we check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Some youngsters in here with us tonight on a beautiful Tuesday evening in downtown Phoenix. Suns in action just across the street. Looks like they have things under control in game 5 against Luka and company. Alec Thomas leads off the 6th. Here's something that might get swept under the rug here tonight, but it's been a big factor in this ball game, and that's the Diamondbacks hitters extending these long at bats. Luzardo walked 4. Poteet walked 1. So far 25 batters for the Diamondbacks in the ball game. 13 of those 25 have seen at least 6 pitches. For the Marlins, it's only 3 of 25. Our Chaz Roberts air conditioning and plumbing cool play of the game. Alec Thomas in the 3rd. The 3rd consecutive 2-out RBI hit for the Diamondbacks in that half inning. And it's Alec's first big league run batted in. Another double. Poteet got a pretty good fastball, runs that one in there. It's 2-2.
Talking about D-backs seeing pitches tonight, I had this note in his last at bat when he hit into a double play, but Ketel Marte has 10 foul balls in the game tonight.
He's walked twice and hit into a double play, Ketel.
Foot, yeah.
Madison Bumgarner right now, 91 pitches through 6 innings. He's given up just 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. And there is no one warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah, you wonder if his abbreviated outing down in South Florida last time out when he pitched the 1 inning before getting ejected, you wonder if maybe they would extend him a little bit tonight.
Well, first you thought they might move him up in the pecking order there, but they decided to leave everything as is. Nice high hop for Wendell, Gold Glove finalist last year. So Castellanos got the start last night. Madbum took his regular turn tonight. Now we'll look inside the Sanderson Ford bullpen. J.B. Wendelken going over things with Mike Fetters.
I think they're working on the PitchCom receiver.
Trying to get it, or listen to the Governor on AM radio. Jose Herrera, the catcher, is 0 for 2.
I know if we had PitchCom up here in the booth, you'd have Yacht Rock playing.
Don't knock Yacht Rock.
Oh, I love Yacht Rock.
You'd have Steppenwolf or something going.
Classic.
Yeah. No, you know me. I'd have 80s. I'd have Culture Club, Bangles, Aha. Still can't believe you sat out a 10-day COVID isolation and did not watch the Aha documentary. I'm taking that as a personal affront.
I was sick enough already.
That's true. It's a fair point. He only had 1 song, but somehow they managed a 2-hour documentary.
It's like having a mini series about a guy that had one at bat in the big leagues.
Ooh, that's an idea.
There you go.
You could sell that. Jeff Bannister.
Oh yeah.
Jorge Soler left.
Left fielder.
That was Jeff Bannister, the Diamondbacks bench coach. And there he is, longtime bench coach in Pittsburgh, was a manager of the year in Texas. He had one career plate appearance in the major leagues with the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1991, and he got a hit. So he literally, for his career, batted 1,000. That game for Banny in 1991, July 23rd. It was a 12-3 Pirates win at home against Atlanta. He had a single as a pinch hitter.
Yeah, Jeff Bannister, he's a great story. I don't even want to start right now because we don't have enough time to really pay him the tribute that he deserves, everything that he's lived through just to get to this spot.
No doubt. Cooper Hummel has walked, scored a run, and singled in the ball game. Of course, I think personally his highlight is holding Mad Bum back in Miami.
Yeah,
he was about the only guy that could do it.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, Banny is a bear. You do not mess with him.
No.
He's a large, strong human. And he had Mad Bum in the full body lockdown, trying to keep him from going over and getting Dan Bellino. Let's check this out from last week in Miami. Of course, that's Banny holding Mad Bum back, and you might think it'd take 3 or 4 guys to hold him down. Normally you'd be right, but Jeff Bannister can do it all by himself.
He got his hand locked around his wrist and was not going to let go.
There's a play for Jim Tolar. Oh,
tried to barehand it. Don't try to do too much, Jim.
Stay within yourself. The toll booth working right field tonight. So Wendelken not in any rush to get loose down there at the bullpen. He is up and throwing as opposed to throwing up. But he doesn't appear to be in any hurry with 2 outs here in the inning. Anybody ever have to hold you back when you had a fracas on the field like that? You don't like to say?
I tried to keep moving so nobody could get a good grip on me.
Smart. Speed. Just bob and weave.
I usually found my way to the bottom of the pile, which is not something I would advise.
Yeah, I wouldn't think.
Cleats all around, people stepping on you.
Just foul at first.
Oh, by the way, Reed Detmers for the Angels threw 8 innings with a no-hitter.
Uh-oh.
He's at 94 pitches. He's walked 1, struck out 2.
Justin Verlander nearly threw 1 for the Astros in Minnesota tonight. And the Angels at home against Tampa Bay lead 8-zip. I think the Angels pitching has caught some folks by surprise.
Yeah.
Luplow, who homered in the first inning to tie the ball game at 2, is on deck. We talked about Diamondback hitters a moment ago extending these at bats. Another long one for Cooper. Making Cody Poteet throw some pitches here. And Poteet finally wears him down with a changeup as we head to the 7th inning at 6-2 Diamondbacks. Chase Field. Diamondbacks and the Dodgers a weekend set May 26th through the 29th. And stay after the game on Friday, May 27th for the postgame fireworks spectacular. D-backs and the Dodgers. Get your tickets. dbacks.com. Dodgers beat up on the Pirates in Pittsburgh 11-1. Well, Madison Bumgarner back out there at 91 pitches to open up the 7th inning. And the left-hand batting Jesus Sanchez, the center fielder, 0 for 2, leads it off for the Marlins. This, in all likelihood, with a whole string of right-hand batters due up next, and J.B. Wendelken warming up at the bullpen, would be the last batter Mad Bum will face tonight.
He's retired the last 7 batters he's faced, coming off an 8-pitch 5th and a 10-pitch 6th. It was a rough start for Madison Bumgarner. 24 pitches in the first. Miguel Rojas led off the ball game with a single. 2 batters later, Jorge Soler clobbered one for his 5th of the year. And 3 batters in, it was 2-0 Miami. Marlins added 2 more singles in that inning before Madison got a strikeout of Gonzalez to end the threat. And since then, he has been in control. He's given up only 2 hits, both singles. 1 walk. He's punched out 5, but behind on Sanchez, 3-0. This is lifted out to left field for Cooper Hummel. And Madison Bumgarner now at 96 pitches through 6 1/3. That's a season high, and that's going to be enough for Torey Lovullo. J.B. Wendelken will go to the right-hander, and Mad Bum, after a rocky start, was terrific in settling down. In control, retired the last 8 he faced, and leads, leading 6-2. Raffle ticket, D-backs give back 50-50 raffle, supported by Bally Sports Arizona. Jackpot over $8,600 right now. Fans anywhere in Arizona can get their raffle tickets, a chance to win half the jackpot, which helps fund youth sport programs across our state. dbacks.com/50-50. They have up until the end of the 7th inning. J.B. Wendelken reinstated from the COVID IL over the weekend. His first appearance since April 26th and his 8th of the year. A whole bunch of right-hand batters coming up for Don Mattingly. We start with the catcher Peyton Henry, who bats 9th. The numbers on Mad Bum tonight.
Boy, really a great job by Mad Bum after a shaky first inning. I mentioned it at the time. That's what the good ones do. They figure it out. They find a way to keep their team in the ball game, and he was able to do that while his offense was pounding the ball in the first 3 innings against Jesus Luzardo.
Gave up only 6 hits in the ball game. 4 came in that first. After that, he was in command.
It's funny, you talk to starting pitchers and different guys will give you different numbers, but just to round it off, you get 30 starts a year. And most guys will tell you they have 5 starts a year where they leave the bullpen and feel like they're going to throw a no-hitter. Their stuff is that good. They'll have another 5 starts where they leave the bullpen and they're not sure they're going to get an out. It's what you do with those starts in between, where maybe you have good stuff but your command isn't great. Maybe you have great command but your stuff is a little short that particular day. Maybe one of your pitches isn't working. What you do in those other starts is going to determine the kind of season you have and the kind of season your team has.
Well, JB's got some rust on him, having been off for so long. Behind on Henry, the number 9 man, 3-0. There's the fastball at 95. Wendelken parts of 5 years in the Oakland bullpen. Last year suffered an oblique injury, kind of lost his spot when he came off the injured list. Put on waivers by the A's. D-backs scooped him up in August last year. And he was terrific down the stretch in September. Right back at you. 2 down in the 7th. Boy, for parts of 3 seasons, he was really good in that A's bullpen for Bob Melvin. 2018 through the end of 2020. 61 relief appearances in total and a 2.30 ERA.
Well, nothing against Wendelken and Middleton and some of the other guys in the Diamondbacks bullpen, but the fact that Mad Bum was able to pitch into the 7th inning here today with a lead Possibly you can give Noe Ramirez and Ian Kennedy and Mark Melanson and Joe Mantiply a little bit of a breather down in that bullpen tonight.
Got to come back early tomorrow. 12:40 first pitch tomorrow afternoon, getaway day. Merrill Kelly against Sandy Alcantara. It might be the Marlins' best pitcher. Merrill off to a 3-1 start. D-backs live pregame show tomorrow at high noon on Bally Sports Arizona.
And we were talking about the statistic quality starts and whether it's valid or not, and Mad Bum ended up with a quality start tonight and gave his team a chance to win.
6 earned runs, giving up 6 innings, giving up 3 or fewer earned runs. He went 6 1/3, 2 runs on 6 hits. 1-1 on Miguel Rojas. There's the changeup from J.B. Wendelken. And it's 1-2.
Oh, that was a good one. Started right at the bottom of the strike zone, ended up nearly in the dirt.
Oh, that one somehow got around the screen down there or through it.
I think it got through it.
Giants have an 8-1 lead over the Rockies in San Francisco. They're in the 6th inning. Padres at home lead the Cubs 5-3. They're in the 7th. Dodgers 11-1 winners at Pittsburgh earlier tonight. 1-2 on Rojas one more time. And we'll keep going. Whoa, hang on. That might have matched last night's effort. That was even more acrobatic. I don't think he got it. Does that count? The kid got it.
Well, that's good.
The young man snuck in there. All right. Stay alert. That was something out of Nadia Comaneci. The 3-row chair hop. Hands first. Two and 2 on the Marlins shortstop. JB trying to get out of this 7th. Ooh, got the corner at 94 but didn't get the call from Bruce Dreckman, and it's full. Here's a look now at that fan. Now watch this is impressive. Guy in the white shirt. 1 2 1 more 3. Oh, and there's the youngster right there. It's all about positioning.
That's
really.
Right.
But that was impressive, sir. Nicely done.
Pulled both hamstrings.
I'm exhausted just watching that. It's coming at you.
Oh, that was right above you.
Almost. I don't want to hit any of Dennis Lamb's audio equipment. JP Arencibia is giving you a dirty look. You catchers for not jumping in front of that one.
No, 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 no.
Aguilar on deck. Long at bat here by Rojas. On the ground to second, Ketel Marte spins and throws, and it gets by Christian Walker, who almost got spiked by Rojas coming up the line. E4 on the throw by Marte, who almost made a terrific play. Rojas has become a 2-out base runner ahead of Aguilar now, so this is potentially trouble for Wendelken. One more look.
Nice play to get to the ball, but then as he got to his feet, he just kind of pulled it to the outfield side of the bag over there at first, and Christian Walker couldn't stretch out quickly enough. You don't have much time to react when a guy's that close to you throwing that hard. Good footwork right there by Rojas to avoid Christian Walker.
And now you got a danger man up there in Aguilar, who is 0 for 3, but he can make this a 2-run ball game with one swing. And we're told that Reed Detmer has just completed his no-hitter for the Angels.
Wow.
12-0 over Tampa Bay. That's a final, the second no-hitter this season. After the Mets had that combined no-no against the Phillies. Remember, there were 9 no-hitters last year. And so we have had 2 this year. Blistered and almost caught Paul Emmel down there. It may have, in fact.
I think it did get a piece of him that time.
That's the crew chief. 105 miles an hour coming at you, Paul Emmel. Here's one more look.
I mean, he's standing probably a good 120, 125 feet from home plate and still couldn't get out of the way.
Nowhere to go.
That one was chasing him, a hooking line drive foul.
Yeah, imagine your instinct is not to go toward the field but away from it, but that's the same direction that the ball's going. A little low on the slider. So Reed Detmer of the Angels, a no-hitter. The 316th no-hitter in Major League history. And the 12th for the Angels. Of course, Nolan Ryan had 4 of those. It's also the 6th no-hitter against the Rays, which includes, of course, our very own Edwin Jackson. Last year, 9 no-hitters, a Major League record.
I got a feeling there's going to be a few more.
Reed Detmer's the no-hitter. Of course, one of them was right here in this ballpark last year. Tyler Gilbert no-hit the Padres.
Well, what a night that was.
That was something.
Wow.
So first the Mets, the combo no-hitter, and tonight Reed Detmer's. 2-2 on Jesus Aguilar. Wendelken still battling to get out of this inning. Let's see, last year Joe Musgrove, Carlos Rodon, John Means, Wade Miley, Spencer Turnbull, Corey Kluber. The Cubs had a combo, Tyler Gilbert, and then the Brewers had a combo no-hitter.
I think the one out of that list that surprises me the most is Wade Miley. Not because he's not capable of doing it, just he's more of a pitch to contact kind of a guy, and occasionally those ground balls sneak through.
And Wendelken finally wins the battle with a fastball. We stretch at Chase Field. It's still 6-2. Be in trouble for a while. Our Nationwide Vision Center's eye on the game. 3 batters in. Jorge Soler made it 2-0 Miami. Luplow answered in the home half with a 2-run shot off Jesus Luzardo, who got on a roll following a walk and a double. He struck out 6 of 7 at one stretch in what at that point was a 2-2 game. Mad Bum settled down nicely, Bob. And then the Diamondbacks offense took over from there.
Yeah, it looked like both starting pitchers in the ball game tonight could have used another 5 minutes of warm up in the bullpen because they both struggled out of the chute. But Mad Bum was able to settle in where Luzardo had that pitch count up there to a point that Don Mattingly had to get him out of the ball game. Diamondbacks hit some soft ones too that dropped in for base hits, including Alek Thomas with an RBI double.
Yeah, 3 consecutive 2-out RBI hits in that Diamondback 3rd inning. They got 4 runs home. Sent 8 men to the plate in an inning in which they saw 50 pitches from Marlins pitchers. And that 6-2 lead is held up as Luplow, who homered in the 1st, leads off the 7th. Cody Poteet back out there for Miami. Jordan's home run in the 1st off Jesus Luzardo, his 3rd this year. D-backs have won 10 of their last 13 games, and they lead this 6-2. So when Wendelken got him through the 7th, it took a while. He really had to work. Got the strikeout of Aguilar, and now Keenan Middleton. Looks like he'll get the 8th, the right-hander in the Sanderson Ford bullpen. Cody Poteet's done a pretty nice job coming on to start the 4th inning. He strikes out Luplow to open up the 7th.
Second baseman, Cattell.
That is the third strikeout for Cody Poteet. He's walked only one and given up just one hit. So he's done a pretty nice job here, holding down the fort for Don Mattingly, keeping this a 6-2 ball game. Marte with a 9-game hitting streak on the line. He has walked twice and hit into a double play. Center field for Sanchez. Let's show you some history in Los Angeles. Reed Detmers of the Angels throws this season's second no-hitter as the Angels beat the Tampa Bay Rays 12-0. The 12th no-hitter in Angels history. Nolan Ryan threw 4 of those 12, and the 316th in Major League Baseball history. Reed Detmers of the Angels.
And congratulations to Chad Wallach, who caught the no-hitter.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a big deal for a catcher, too.
Sure. We talked about that with Dalton Varsho in our Cup of Coffee episode. What a thrill that was for him. 2 down now for Christian Walker. Christian has doubled, walked, and scored a run tonight. He's 1 for 2. Christian had a big night last night. RBI double, a single, a base on balls. He's been aboard twice again tonight. They have the overshift on that third base side. Aguilar well off the bag at first. Well, one thing that's been a recurring theme for the Marlins is losing one-run games. They lead the majors with 10 one-run losses, including the ball game last night, a 4-3 D-backs win. Their last 7 losses have all come by 1 run, but they're down 4 here. That's tough. That'll wear on you after a while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because it's easy in a 1-run game to go home at the end of the night and think back to some defensive plays or errant throws or a bad pitch in the wrong situation, whatever the case may be, and it could very easily have been a 1-run win instead of a 1-run loss.
Don Mattingly's ball club has dropped 8 of its last 9. Their last 7 losses all by 1 run each. That's hard to swallow. Christian's got a base hit off the side of the mound. He's aboard for the 3rd time tonight. A 2-out single. Lots of room over there. He took advantage.
Why not? Like a breaking ball. You're right, off the side of the mound, which kicked it farther away from Joey Wendell, who was playing up the middle of the field.
Designated hitter tonight is Josh Rojas, who is 0 for 3. Josh activated from the injured list before Friday's game against Colorado, coming off that grade 2 right oblique strain. He's hit safely in all 3 games since he came off the IL. Want to keep that streak going right here.
Yeah, he's hit a couple of balls hard tonight, lined out to center field back in the 3rd inning and hit a hard ground ball right to big Jesus Aguilar at first base.
Poteet has thrown 50 pitches now since he came on in the 4th inning. Now they overload the infield to the other side. Rojas, when he was given that a number of times last year, would bunt. Walker with a big jump. Poteet steps off and they throw him out. And that ends the 7th. Diamondbacks looking for 2 in a row over the Marlins. It's 6-2. At Chase Field. You're not on time for the bucket hat promo. That's key. We went over this in rehearsal. 6-2, Diamondbacks lead the Marlins. D-backs take on the World Series champion Atlanta Braves at Chase Field May 30th
through June the 1st. First 10,000 fans to our Memorial Day game on May 30th get.
What do they get?
A reversible bucket hat. Now you have the camo side on. I have the regular one on. You can get your tickets now at dbacks.com. It doesn't go great with a headset.
No, I see. I've got this headphone. See, I can hear you. But
yeah, I'm having the same
guys
issue.
In the truck, so it's perfect.
Oh, well, you're better off. So the bucket hat is coming up May 30th. dbacks.com for your tickets. It does have kind of a Gilligan look to it with me.
Fish all over the state are quivering at the sight of this camouflage bucket hat.
Well, if it's camouflage, they won't see you,
so you can
me coming. Sneak up on them. New pitcher for the Diamondbacks, Keenan Middleton, the right-hander, who's got some serious velocity. His 4th appearance for the Diamondbacks. He was the winning pitcher in that remarkable comeback win against the Marlins Wednesday. To complete the 3-game sweep, he picked up the win. He struck out the only batter he faced in that ball game. He'll deal with Soler, who homered in the 1st. Keenan Middleton worked mostly out of the Seattle bullpen last year. In fact, he saved 4 games for the Mariners. Signed a minor league deal with the Diamondbacks this winter. They might have something here with Keenan Middleton. He's always upper 90s fastball. 28-year-old right-hander. He had a nice run with the Angels starting in 2017, his rookie season. Marte in the shortstop spot. Our Gila River game summary. A rough start for Madison Bumgarner, who gave up a 2-run homer to Jorge Soler in the 1st inning. Labored a bit to get out of that inning and then was dominant after that. Mad Bum 6 1/3, 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. Soler's homer in the top of the 1st, matched by the Jordan Luplow homer in the home half. Diamondbacks sent 8 men to the plate in the 3rd, scored 4 times, including 3 consecutive 2-out RBI hits. Ahmed Perdomo and Alec Thomas. They have out-hit the Marlins 7-6, and they lead it 6-2. Garrett Cooper, the DH. I want to welcome everybody who just watched the Suns win Game 5 in convincing fashion.
I'm just saying, Suns are now 3-0 in the series when the D-backs are playing against the Marlins. I'll have to talk to Rob Manfred about altering the schedule.
Or can we make the Mavericks play Game 6 tomorrow? And it would have to be during the day as well,
game,
I think.
Yeah.
Right? Well, if we can have a quick turnaround, they can too. Slider didn't get the call, just off the plate. It's 1-2. Yeah, Middleton, as a rookie with the Angels in 2017, had 64 appearances, went 6-1 with 3 saves. But had Tommy John surgery in May the following year and really never got back on track. Last season, mixed results in Seattle. And he can bring it 97 upstairs, and Cooper can't lay off.
Boy, there's just something about a high 4-seam fastball that is really tough for a power hitter to lay off of. You see that ball up there? I had a hitting coach who used to call them fence-high fastballs. But you got to make contact to hit it over the fence, and that time Cooper could not catch up.
Avisail Garcia, the right fielder, 1 for 3. Reaches out and pokes it to short right, and Luplow runs it down. Give it up for Keenan Middleton at 6-2 D-backs. Gorgeous night here at Chase Field in downtown Phoenix. Scoreboard looks pretty good too. 6-2 Diamondbacks. They lead the Miami Marlins. A reminder, we're back with you early tomorrow. Diamondback live pregame show at high noon at 12:40 first pitch. The series finale. Diamondbacks hopefully going for a sweep of Miami for the 2nd time in a week.
Merrill Kelly on the mound against the right-hander Sandy Alcantara. New pitcher for the Marlins making his season debut is the right-hander Dylan Floro, who was just activated from the injured list. He's been dealing with rotator cuff tendonitis. 15 saves for the Marlins last year.
Yeah, Diamondbacks fans will remember Dylan Floro from his time with the Los Angeles Dodgers. He used to have a very unusual way of getting his signs from his catcher. He'd hold the glove up in front of his face and look up toward the upper deck and then lower his sights back down to the catcher's glove. Not sure if he still does that or not.
Well, he's an effective pitcher for the Marlins in their bullpen last year, no doubt. Got a big sinker, changeup, fastball, slider combo.
Yeah, Jacob Stallings got the gear on, getting ready.
Well, something must be wrong with Peyton Henry. Stallings going to come out and get loose, and while he does that, we'll take a moment and get this from 72 Sold.
Hey baseball fans, with 72 Sold you can sell your home now at absolute top of the market and then stay for up to 6 months. Get our price for your home at 72sold.com.
So Peyton Henry gives way to Jacob Stallings. Remember, Henry got caught with a foul ball early in the ball game and was down for a while. Josh Rojas, Nick Ahmed, Geraldo Perdomo due up in the Diamondbacks' 8th inning. 5, 6, and 7 coming up against the former Dodger Dylan Floro.
Leading off for the D-backs, designated hitter, Josh.
So Josh Rojas, who was batting when Christian Walker was caught stealing to win the 7th, will lead off the 8th. He's the DH, and he's 0 for 3.
Yeah, it looks like Floro still does that thing I talked about, looking up into the upper deck.
Rojas got the changeup. All those Cal State Fullerton pitchers seem to have a changeup. Floro has been with Tampa Bay, the Cubs, the Reds. 3 years with the Dodgers, where we saw him a lot. 2018, 19, and 20. Now in his 2nd season with the Marlins. Rojas shapes one just by Gonzalez, and Josh has played in 4 games this year, and he's got a hit in every one. Well, earlier we asked you on Twitter, Bally Sports AZ social media question today. Who is the biggest villain in Arizona sports history? John Paxson and Santonio Holmes. Very good suggestions from Nick right there. Barry says Ben Davis. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The Kurt Schilling perfect game. That bunt hit. Hashtag fans were robbed. Big Shot Bob or Manu Ginobili. Here's the favorite of our producer, Jeff Gowan. I don't know their names, but most of them wear whistles. I assume that's a referee or fans, one or the other. Thanks to everybody who participated on Twitter. Nick has an RBI single and a walk tonight. He was the first of 3 consecutive 2-out RBI hits in that 4-run D-back third. They sent 8 men to the plate in that inning to break up a 2-2 tie. Sanderson Ford bullpen, the left-hander, and the one-time Marlin, Caleb Smith.
You know, we saw Nick try to bunt for a base hit there to start this at bat. We've seen the Diamondbacks do a little more of that this year. Obviously, Josh Rojas yesterday with that perfect bunt for an RBI, but the guys who are capable, depending on the situation, we've seen guys try to put down a bunt for a base hit. And as I always say, even if you take the pitch, that's going to end up on the advanced scouting report for the next series.
Of course, we saw, I know it was a sacrifice situation, but Jose Herrera dropped down a beauty over the weekend against Colorado. Right to Tony Perez-Chica.
This seems like a little bit more of a well-rounded offense lately. You know, it seemed like early in the season everybody 1 through 9 was trying to hit the ball off the scoreboard. A lot of big swings, a lot of swings and misses, but everybody's kind of settled down a little bit. Situations call for a ground ball to the right side, hit a ground ball to the right side.
That's what Christian Walker was talking about after the ball game last night. That one off the glove of Stallings, and Rojas moves up. Wild pitch.
Yeah, that was ruled a wild pitch. We mentioned it in the ball game last night when Jacob Stallings started for the Marlins. He did not have a pass ball all season last year and didn't have one this year. This is the borderline. I mean, he missed his spot by a mile. That's why it's called a wild pitch. Very unusual to see anything get behind Jacob Stallings.
Gold Glove winner behind the plate in the National League last year with the Pirates.
Thank you, Glenn Sherlock, who had a big part in that. Sherles was the catching coach for the Pirates last year, now with Buck Showalter back in Queens.
Geraldo Perdomo on deck. It's a full count on Nick Ahmed, 3-2. Remember, the Diamondbacks lost that doubleheader in Washington on the 2 road trips ago, but battled back to get a split of that series. Came home and battled the Mets very closely, but dropped 2 of 3. And ever since then, the winning has been pretty consistent. 2 of 3 from the Dodgers, a 4-game split in St. Louis. Didn't go. A sweep in Miami. They just took 2 of 3 from Colorado, and now they have a chance to clinch a series win here tonight. Here is Geraldo Perdomo, who had an RBI single in the 3rd. He's 1 for 3. Rojas at second and Ahmed at first. There's a bunt from Perdomo, fouled away.
A lot of signs from Tony Perez-Chica. It may have been one sign that he gave right there. There's usually teams have what they call a repeater. If the bunt's on the first pitch and I hit.
That one bounces through and rolls into right. Here comes Rojas. Perdomo, another RBI knock tonight. And it's 7-2.
Well, no bunt that time. Finds a hole in the right side to drive home Josh Rojas.
And Ahmed pulls it at 3rd.
Oh, belt high, middle of the plate. Just caught the top half of the baseball, but gets enough of it to shoot it by big Jesus Aguilar in the right field.
So single walk single to open up the inning. Second RBI tonight for Geraldo, and now it's Alec Thomas, who had an RBI double in the 3rd, his first big league run batted in only his 3rd game.
I think Alec Thomas is going to fool some people this year, some opposing pitchers. We mentioned it before. He stands what appears to be a long way away from the inside corner of home plate. But as that pitcher delivers the ball, his stride takes him in toward the plate. That last pitch was nearly on the outside corner, and he had the barrel on it, fouled it away.
Still no outs in the 8th inning. D-backs have out-hit Miami 9-6. They hold a 7-2 lead. Looking to clinch yet another series win. Another one bounces. That one just by Wendell. Ahmed is home. And it's another RBI for Alek Thomas. A 2-hit game for the young man. Make it 8-2.
Breaking ball on the outer part of the plate at 83, and once again bangs it by big Jesus Aguilar and Joey Wendell on that right side.
Well, Floro in his season debut, coming off that right rotator cuff tendonitis, has yet to retire a batter. Single walk, single. 2 runs home, and here's Mel Stottlemyre Jr., the pitching coach.
As you might expect, Floro's stuff just doesn't appear to be as crisp as it used to be when he was with the Dodgers, and we saw him every series.
D-backs live post-game show coming up next. Brandon Webb, Todd Walsh along the way. Back with you tomorrow for the series finale, matinee baseball. 12:40 kickoff. Merrill Kelly and Sandy Alcantara. Here's the catcher, Jose Herrera, who is 0 for 3. Swing and bunt, and that trickles foul.
Well, and ideally, if nothing crazy happens here the rest of the evening, it's been a good night because you've been able to give Dalton Varsho, Pavin Smith, David Peralta a full night off. Seth Beer a day to work in the cage. To get himself together.
The left-hander Jesus Luzardo started for Miami tonight, did not survive the 3rd inning, so Torey Lovullo had all his lefty bats on the bench, most of them anyway. Seth Beer, Peralta, Pavin, Dalton Varsho. They'll be out there tomorrow, I'd imagine, against Sandy Alcantara, the right-hander. I got one you're going to love. We talked about the 3 consecutive 2-out RBI hits in the 3rd, and now back-to-back RBI hits here in the 8th inning. The bottom of the order rallies. Diamondbacks 6 through 8 hitters are 5 for 10 with 5 runs batted in.
I like it. Coming from a guy who spent most of his career hitting at the bottom of the order. Those are crushers. I mean, as a manager, you know, you think, okay, 7, 8, 9 coming up, we'll cruise through this inning and then we'll go to work on the top of the order. But when those guys at the bottom of the order get on base, now you roll around the top and you're immediately in trouble.
And the 6 through 8 hitters tonight: Nick Ahmed, Geraldo Perdomo, and Alek Thomas. Nick has walked twice. He's got an RBI single. He scored 2 runs. Perdomo a couple of RBI knocks. Alek has a double, a single. He's knocked in 2 runs. They are a combined 5 for 7 with runners in scoring position. There's a bouncer to Wendell, backs him up. Go to second for 1 on Thomas, and they can't quite turn the double play. As Herrera is safe and Perdomo's in at 3rd. So 1 away now. Cooper Hummel, the left fielder, the leadoff man. He has walked, singled, and scored a run tonight. 1 for 3. Cooper Hummel belts one toward the right field corner. Garcia's not going to get there.
Perdomo is home. Herrera will stop at third. It's an RBI double for Cooper Hummel. And a 9-2 Diamondbacks lead.
Hummel not wasting any time. That looks like a changeup. Once again, right in the middle of the strike zone. Fortunately for Floro and unfortunately for Hummel, he caught it out toward the end of the bat just a little bit. Otherwise, he might have hit that even farther.
Avisail Garcia went deep into the corner to get to that one. Tony Perez-Chica stopped Herrera at third base. Perdomo comes in. And now the batter is Jordan Luplow, who has homered and struck out 3 times.
My staff calls that a Dave Kingman night.
They'd be right. 9 runs on 11 hits. Luplow had that home run in the first, down 2-0, that tied it up off the left-hand starter Jesus Luzardo, but has punched out 3 times since. Infield creeps in for the Marlins. So 9 runs, the Diamondbacks' second most in a game this year. They scored 11 April 20th at Washington. I remember shivering through that one. That's chopped to short for Rojas.
I really thought about it much before tonight, but with Jordan Luplow and Ian Kennedy and Pavin Smith, I think the Diamondbacks lead the National League in redheads.
Very high ginger quotient. So here's a chance for Ketel Marte to extend that hitting streak, and it's almost certainly his last chance. He's got a 9-game hit streak right now. He has walked twice tonight and scored, but he's 0 for 2. He has hit safely in 9 straight. 5 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs during that streak, including his home run last night that was the difference in the ball game. The 8th man to bat in the D-backs 8th.
Could have something to do with the score of the ball game, or it could possibly be the respect that they have for Christian Walker. First base is open and they're pitching to one of the hottest hitters in the National League right here. It is a 7-run ball game and Floro needs the work.
Wendell's there. That will end the hit streak for Ketel at 9 games, but the Diamondbacks get 3 more. They lead at 9-2. Caleb Smith on his way in.
It's time to take out your D-backs foundation.
Series win here against the Marlins. They're 3 outs away, holding a 9-2 lead as we start the 9th inning. Diamondbacks 2 over 500. They can get to 3 over and look for the sweep of the 3-game set with Merrill Kelly on the mound tomorrow. Their second 3-game series sweep in a week against these Marlins. Left-hander Caleb Smith, how soon is now? The numbers skewed by some rough appearances in his first 2 outings. He last worked a scoreless effort a week ago over the Marlins in Miami.
Good opportunity to get some of those guys in the bullpen that haven't had regular work.
Yeah, we saw Wendelken close out the 7th. Keenan Middleton looked good in the 8th. And now Caleb Smith to get the final 3 in the 9th.
Leading off for Miami, second baseman
Joey Wendell will lead it off for the Marlins, a single and a walk tonight. Diamondbacks have out-hit Miami 11-6. They lead it 9-2. D-backs with a win would get to 17-14 on the year. A season high 3 over 500. For Miami, they are really going in the wrong direction. They dropped 4 under 500 with a loss here. It would be their 9th in 10 games. That's after they won 7 straight to close out the month of April.
Yeah. And assuming the score stands here and in San Francisco, the Diamondbacks will move out of last place by a half a game. Rockies are getting pounded by the Giants 9-1 in the 9th.
Wendell lines it to right. Luplow will play it on a hop. And Joey Wendell aboard for the 3rd time.
He seems like very much a Tampa Bay Rays kind of player, a very underrated hitter, a Gold Glove finalist, an All-Star last year. You don't ever think of Joey Wendell really, but he's a good player.
Yeah, I don't mind not seeing him anymore after tomorrow. He's
right.
One of those guys. He always finds a way to help his team do something positive.
Plays second base, plays third base. Eric Gonzalez making his Marlins debut tonight, the third baseman 0 for 3. Diamondbacks during this stretch of 10 wins in their last 13 have been winning the close ones. 4 of those wins, including last night, by 1 run. 4 other victories during that stretch by only 2 runs, but they've got a little breathing room here tonight for a change. A 4-run third, a 3-run 8th.
You know, the funny thing I mentioned a little while ago, all the lefties that had a night off tonight. Dalton Varsho looks like he wants to get in the game.
Oh, you know he does.
Every night.
Well, that's going to be one of the things that Torey Lovullo will have to manage, keeping Dalton Varsho fresh and in the lineup as often as possible while working as the primary catcher. That won't be easy. That's one of the reasons he was in center field to begin with. They wanted him to play 140, 150 games, which you can do if you're the #1 catcher. Carson Kelly out with an oblique right now. One and 2 on Eric Gonzalez. And Caleb Smith gets the changeup, gets the strikeout, 1 down.
Center fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez now, the center fielder, 0 for 3. He is really scuffling. He does have 3 home runs on the year, but counting tonight, he's stuck in a 5 for 48 slide. If you were watching the Suns and just tuned into our ball game, we've had a no-hitter in the major leagues tonight. The Angels' Reed Detmers no-hit Tampa Bay 12-0 in Los Angeles. His second no-hitter this year after the Mets combo no-no. Justin Verlander for a long time flirted with a no-hitter tonight for the Astros in Minnesota.
I think that was in the 6th inning possibly when Gio Urshela got the base hit to break that one up.
Houston beat the Twins 5-0.
Well, that was the 8th inning, excuse me.
Their staff right on top of it.
Yeah. Trying to keep track of all the no-nos and all the base hits and runs scored in this game.
All while they're watching the Suns.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Boy, that's a tough ball 2 in a 9-2 game in the 9th from Bruce Dreckman back there. But Sanchez will certainly take it. Broken bat, squib shot. Marte has 1 play. Wendell into second, and that's out number 2. So here is Jacob Stallings, who took over behind the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning after Peyton Henry, the backup, got the start. Stallings had a big hit in last night's ball game. Tied it up in the 2nd inning, a 2-out, 2-run single against Humberto Castellanos. Wendell at second with 2 outs. It's only the 3rd plate appearance tonight for the Marlins with a runner in scoring position. Mad Bum, after giving up 4 hits in the 1st, including the Soler homer, dominated from that point on. He gave up only 2 more hits the rest of the way. Went 6 2/3 tonight. We've seen Wendelken, Middleton, and now Caleb Smith. Merrill Kelly goes here tomorrow afternoon. Lifted in the air to right field. And that's a base hit for Jacob Stallings. Wendell comes in to score. And it's 9-3. Third RBI in the series so far for Jacob Stallings, all from the 9 spot in the order.
Shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
That brings up the leadoff man, Miguel Rojas. Rojas singled and scored to lead off the ball game. Came home on the Soler home run in the first. Short center, that one dunks in there. Rojas has his second hit tonight.
Well, they're not exactly knocking the cover off of it against Caleb Smith. A couple of bloopers that dropped in. Now you get into the big boys.
Here is the biggest of all the big boys, Jesus Aguilar.
First baseman, Jesus Aguilar.
He is 0 for 4 tonight. Had a single last night, his only hit of the series so far. Scoops one high in the air. Perdomo calling forward at third. And that's the ball game. Diamondbacks get 3 over 500. First time they've been there since the end of the 2019 season. And congratulations to the skipper, Torey Lovullo, his 354th win as Diamondbacks manager. That's a franchise record.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Torey and his entire staff. I'm sure he'd give a lot of credit to them. But anytime you're #1 on the list, you ought to be proud of yourself.
Well, Jordan Luplow, a big home run. Diamondbacks get a big win. They've won 11 of their last 14. They'll go for another series sweep of the Marlins here tomorrow afternoon. Up next, D-Backs Live, the postgame show. Webby and Todd are next.